Technically, we're rolling now, so everybody will be filtering in a minute. Um, I'm Mountain Mick. I got my boy Labs down here with us today. I'm just gonna warn everybody today: mature content is coming your way. This is not for kids. This is an adult lockpicking hangout. So just be warned that that's cool. That's the way it's gonna be. Welcome, Labs.
Appreciate it, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. I'm gonna set a few things up here real quick. We'll see who pops up in the chat. We'll have a good time. I made a banner for you. Everybody, welcome, Labs. So there we go. Glad you was able to get on here with me today.
And hopefully it's not a funny angle. I'm trying to block this bright ass light with my big ass head.
Oh, you'll be all right, man. In a minute we'll have it all working lovely anyway. That's the beauty of live stream. You can kind of just adjust on the fly. People know what to expect. Oh, see, I'm already echoing on us. There we go.
And I actually was just looking through my set, and I still haven't figured out what this is.
Was that? Oh, that's what I was telling you. That's see the two pointy ends like in the middle. It's
Uh-huh.
double. It's double sided, so you can use the end as you're holding for like a handcuff shim, I think. But those other two little short sides with the two prongs, those are
Uh-huh.
for tubular lock tensioning. So
Oh, okay.
on a tubular lock, you can't just use a regular like L turner. So that one is made to like one of them goes inside and one sits on the outside, and you kind
Right.
of catch the lip of it and turn it.
Right. And I assume this is either for bypassing or sliders, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's for like a shank bypass kind of thing. And then there should be another one that's a dimple rake. You'll see a bunch of
Yep.
little bolts on it.
Right there.
Yeah, that's the dimple rake. There's
I've
actually
been
one.
I've been wanting to play with this one, but I haven't gotten that far yet. I'll get there.
I got dimple flags that I just got from Georgia Gym not too long ago, but I haven't branched out to the other locks yet because pin and tumbler is still giving me enough trouble. So I figured I would save those for a later date.
Right on.
Let me like this myself. Like I said, we'll have some more people in here in a minute. But I didn't set a time on this one because I knew we would just be kind of loosely tentative. So I did tell everybody I was going to be going live though. So like I said, it'll take a minute. That's how it always is. But within
Well, in the
about
meantime, we're gonna get down to business.
for sure. Go ahead, do your thing. Pick a little bit. I'm gonna set this camera up where we can see all my stuff over here, but I don't always keep a direct frame one. But I might switch it back in a minute too. And I've got it down here on my monitor too, so I'll be able to keep track of everything. Let's see, let's go to the back facing camera. And all my setup here. There we go. Got everything like usual set up over here. And let's see what I'm gonna mess around with today.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
They love the ducks, man. Everybody loves the ducks. Mr. Happy actually made me a Mountain Mick looking duck, but I haven't.
Bro, you gotta get a Mountain Mighty Ducks jersey.
I used to love that movie, bro. You definitely know what era we're from. Definitely. I used to love Mighty Ducks, man. I think all three movies I saw before they even made it to tape. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of. Let's see. Let me use some of my sparrows today. I've been giving that Reaper set a lot of love lately. I think I need to get my sparrows a little action. They haven't seen enough action lately because I've been trying out other people's stuff and showing off other people's kit. Got those greyhounds in that Reaper.
Yeah,
And
my dog legs are supposed to be here Monday. I was talking to Greyhound earlier about them. I
yeah, great.
can't wait to test them out.
He's awesome, brother. I love that original dog leg profile is the one I've got. Delbert
I
sent
think
it.
I think they're the deep dog legs I got.
Yeah, you talking about the thick ones or the new deeps?
I'm
'Cause
not sure.
there's a heavy dog leg, and then there's he made a new deeper. deeper one that's like a, you know,
I did,
so
man. I
either,
just
either way you're gonna like it. I was just because the heavy dog legs are like one of these. Let me make sure I'm in camera. This is a regular dog leg. So the heavy ones just have a thicker amount of metal in the shaft, so you can bully the locks a little more without worrying about bending or anything. They still come in all these sizes, but he's got a new one he just came out with that has like a really deep angle like this Peterson here, where it goes way up in there. So that's really good for a lot of stuff too. So either way, you'll be happy with it. I found them to be really quality, well-made stuff. Southern Specialties helped him with that. Well, hello. I'm not good with Cyrillic, so I cannot pronounce your name, but looks like we might have lost Labs for a second there. Let me make sure and get him back. There we go.
yeah, I'm back. I had hit something else by accident. It took me out. I got a chats popping up in my screen, so I'm trying to test this lighting out. See if I can turn it down some because it's pretty bright.
All good, brother. Make whatever moves you gotta make. We'll be here for a little bit anyway, so it ain't no rush. I was just saying hello to whoever's in the chat. Their name is in Cyrillic, and I don't speak Russian, so I'm just trying to say hi.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be. Let me try to turn this one so this way might work. Yeah, that looks like this might be the angle, brother.
Yeah, I see. Sorry, my regular monitor is lagging a little bit. I was behind. Yeah, that
Are you
looks good.
good? I'm trying to keep that glare out of there. Plus, it's also blinding me a little bit.
Good, man. I feel you there. I wear contacts these days, but my glasses definitely make the glares go everywhere.
Man, I've been due for another exam for probably the past 5 years. Still haven't gone.
I just got lucky because my when I was working for Honda last, they finally had just given me medical, and I had paid for the eye insurance. So I just got like a year's supply. I was out for a while, but
See,
I've been wearing.
I was a dumbass as a kid. So like, I always thought it was cool like to wear glasses as a kid. So I remember when I was younger, before like our eye exam in school, I would like lay in bed and keep a flashlight in my fucking eyes, hoping I'd fail.
I did a lot of staring at the sun, so I was not too smart either.
Well, it's easy to do that in Florida.
Oh, I was in North Carolina then. I was just dumb. Oh man, this Brinks, I'm gonna have to get after it. This little short hook's not wanting to do it today. We'll end up raking it in a second just because it's annoying me.
I haven't tried. I got a batch of these bridge locks from Lady Locks. I've picked probably 99% of them. I haven't tried to rake any of them.
Yeah, I usually try to SPP everything, but once I've beaten it multiple times, if it gives me a lot of trouble, I just rake it when it's low level, especially. If it's a white or a yellow, a lot of times the only reason I can't get it is because it's so sloppy in there, man. That's why I tell people to race their way to orange and green, because once you start touching locks that don't suck, you'll realize you're better than you thought you were.
Yeah, I've raked open a couple locks, um, but I've mostly just been single panning it.
That's the best thing to do when you're trying to learn, for sure. Raking is a great alternative method of entry, but you're not going to get any real love from LPU past orange belt for rake opens. They want to see you single pin picking, so it kind of
Uh,
is a wasted effort otherwise. I like it, but raking is more ideal for when you're trying to hurry because you're making money or something like that.
right.
When you're picking for the hobby and for the enjoyment, you're gonna feel a way more accomplished when you deliberately open the lock, and that's what SPP
Right.
is. So,
And I don't like love with stipulations.
yeah, I know what you mean, brother. I feel like everybody should do that. Open is an open is an open.
Yeah. Each
At the
way takes its own skill.
It does, man. And I tell people all the time, I think it's weird that they won't give you credit for example, my friend Chuck Soup, he got his 200K patch for raking open one of these P9 or PL 410 Pros. This is a
Uh,
blue belt lock. So they would never give him a blue belt at LPU for doing that or raking it open. But he did get his 200K because Pack Lock still gives you credit for a rake open. And I think anybody who rakes good enough to open a damn blue belt security lock deserves their accolades because that ain't no simple feat.
yeah, and picking it is, its own monster in itself. It sounds like it. Because, like I said, I'm still a yellow belt, so to me, picking a blue belt lock is like a whole different world. It's like a lot that goes into it. But if you can rake, that's impressive to me.
I'm impressed by it because I've spent 2 hours a night for the last 3 nights trying to single pin pick the one I just showed. I've never opened a blue belt like this. I'm still trying real hard. What's up, Delbert? And yeah, if I saw somebody rake that same lock open, I know how hard it is for me to pick it. So I'm still impressed. The open's the open, bro.
I about thrown this piece of shit through my wall multiple times.
Yeah, a lot of people get real brutal with the locks. I've seen a lot of people blow them up or hit them with something when they get done beating them.
Dude, this 1100 is been kicking my ass.
1100's brutal, man. I've only opened one 3 times in my whole career of 2 months. So
I've
I
gotten maybe
won't.
one or two clicks, maybe, but then everything else is just springy as hell.
Yeah. Well, you'll come a long way as you play with it more. What's up, Black Smoke Joe?
What's
The more you,
going on?
the more you'll get your idea and your feel for it. Um, I think honestly that the first opener two that I made on those was really just fluke luck, man. I did it when I first got the lock. I opened it twice the first day, and since then I've opened it one time. So I've had to really sharpen my skills up more at Greenbelt, which is why I haven't moved on yet, because I'm not that great, dude. I'd love to tell you I was, but I'm working on it.
You hold your own.
It all comes from practice, man.
Yeah, I got this A.B.S 7240 that's been sitting here. I've tried once or twice and haven't picked it back up since.
Yeah, a lot of people I know right now are working on that lock. My current contest, the 250 sub, that's one of the locks for it. So I'm gonna throw the banner up real quick since I'm mentioning it, and then we'll get it out the way. But yeah, the
What's up,
250
rock out with your lockout?
lockout is in the house. All right, Nico
Nico.
James. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here, Nico James. Enjoy our little hangout. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and all of that. And you're welcome to enter the 250 sub and hang out with us as much as you like, brother. We got our boy Labs here. So again, I'm gonna throw his banner up. Everybody, welcome Labs to the show. And I'm gonna turn the ticker on for a minute, just for everybody who might be wondering what locks we're using for the 250. They're gonna be at the bottom for a few minutes. I like to just show them in the video to kind of help everybody remember what we're going to be doing. So if you do pick one of those locks, do it on tape and send it to Mountain Mick because you'll get an entry. And for everyone, you'll get an entry. Please gut it if it's guttable. And whoever wins, I'm going to do a drawing after it's all over with. It ends on October 1st at 12 a.m. midnight here in Eastern time. And I will be having the drawing on a live on October 5th at 5 p.m. So that's all I want to say about that. We will continue. Let's see what the guys in the chat are saying. All
Rock out.
right.
Is that for the A.B.S 7240 or the 1100?
Thanks for the sub, Nico. We appreciate you hanging out with us. 10-1 standard. The rest are fire spools.
I got the
Yeah,
first one of the night.
he's talking about the 1100 for sure. It is a spool fest in that thing. And also, the spools in it are serrated. They're serrated spools, so they're not just standard spools. At the end of each spool, there is a one serration up top and one at the bottom.
Right.
Also, the key pins on at least two or three of them are serrated key pins, so you can go too far and not know it. It's a really tricky bastard.
I have a sometimes I tension too much, but I end up if I find that they're like really touchy pins, I use such light tension that I miss that it's at the shear line.
Yeah. That's actually pretty common, Labs, especially for newer pickers. I'm still very guilty of it myself. The book that I read basically says that 80% of the time the problem is you're over tensioning. No matter who you are or what the lock is, 80% of the time you just need to lighten up the tension. And I find that to be, more helpful because we really do. Whether it's by accident from fatigue or just frustration or just not knowing where we're supposed to actually be. Nico asked if we do a lot of raking or SPP. Here on my channel, we do both, Nico. I'm gonna get out my little mace. I'm gonna get my little mace kit here that I like to use for some rake action, and I'll pop a few open for you, brother.
I need to do more raking. I don't even rake my yard.
Yeah, I hear that. Raking is a fun talent, but like I said, especially when you're in the early phases of learning, I find that a rake is good for when you're trying to get some of those pops out for therapy. And for learning purposes, you're better sticking to practicing your SPP methods because they will carry over. The things you learn from SPP will carry over for raking, and it doesn't work as much the other way around. A lot of people are also into hybrid picking these days. A hybrid pick is basically you do like a really low pass or two with a rake to set all the low pins, and then you go back and single pin to finish it off.
So is that like zip into a false set?
Basically, yes. You want to zip it into a false and then kind of continue setting whatever's left by hand. But yeah, that's exactly what you're trying to do, Labs. I'm gonna try and rock rake this number one. Ooh, the number one. That's gonna be rough. I'll try it anyway since I grabbed it. This one's not as easy, guys. A master
Okay.
number one. Master number one can be a little tough. Let's see. Q, what's up, Q? That's part of my brotherhood of the UK there. My boy Q. He is holding it down for me across the pond. So I'm glad to see you were able to make it. We were early enough that we still got the UK guys awake. Yes, it is therapeutic, Nico James. I fall asleep sometimes picking, and it's just because I'm in such a zen state trying to envision the inside of the lock.
This is how I keep from choking somebody, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It really does help, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back at this one with a single pin.
Right.
It's pretty mean, but I'm gonna redo some of these with the raking just for my boy Nico there since he subbed up.
I'm
I'm gonna
trying to run through some of these bridge locks, but the pens are so grimy. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, definitely. Bridge locks. You're better off to take a little bit of like. Well, if they still work, you don't have to do anything. But a lot of people like to clean them up a little bit with like some simple green degreaser, and then people use all kinds of stuff really. But I like something that's not going to damage it, so I just use a light degreaser or something, and then re-lube it with some 3-in-1 or some Houdini. That'll give you the that newer feel again. And then if it's real bad, you can always, if it's guttable, you can always go back in and just swap some parts out for some new. There's a brain.
Lockpicking engineer one hand challenge. I don't know if I seen that rock out, but I think I seen Sandman do a video of one hand picking some 1100s before.
Yeah, there's a whole challenge right now for one hand. Rock out probably remember who it is, but what is his name? He's giving out a poker chip and some stuff. My boy Blue Scooby did it when he first started it. He was giving out some very special swag for getting that one-handed pick. What's up, Skip? I'm lucky if I can pick them with both hands right now. So
I got another one.
maybe someday. I can tell you now, if you're gonna do it one-handed, you better have a vice on hand.
Yeah.
There we go. Master number 5, rock race. Like I said, I really love wasting my way through some of these little white and yellow belts with my rakes, man. These little mace rakes can be really effective when you get used to rocking them.
A purple Brinks one-handed dover.
That's the lock that my guy lock guy won my first contest with. The purple Brinks. That purple Brinks. It can be tough sometimes, but once you get the hang of it and learn whatever picking binding order is on the one you got, you can open them pretty fast. He got a five. He opened it 5 times, and he had it in the vise to where he could slap it back shut like this. And he actually used a rake without a turner too. So he jiggle opened it, slapped it shut. He was able to close it and open it 5 times in like 4.38, I believe, seconds. Pretty crazy, man. The lock guy, shout out to him for that one. He definitely slayed that purple.
What's
Zoe,
going on, Zoe?
what's up, Zoe? Have I guys picked a tubular lock SPP before? No, Nico, I have not picked it into impressioning or trying to do it. If I was gonna give it the shot like you're talking about, I would probably try using one of my Jimmy Long's gym hooks. You definitely can take your time to go around a tubular lock and push little bead balls in one at a time. I have not tried that yet myself though, so I cannot really attest to how effective it is, but I've seen some people do it on videos. Definitely will. Use that
I think
triple
I'm gonna go
turn.
back to this Brinks commercial that I tried the other day.
All right.
Now this one, I've lifted pins very lightly on this one.
Right, right. I'm about one more lock. I'm gonna rake my way through, and then I'll go back to SPP and on something. Rockout says he enjoys tubular locks, not too much though, but he has done it. If you guys haven't seen Rockout with your Lockouts channel, definitely go check him out. Um, him and his brother as well. His brother is GSP Creations, I believe, or is it GSL? Did I misspeak? I think it's GSL. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm an MMA guy. That's why I was thinking GSP. It's GSL, guys. GSL Creations. That's Rock Out with your Lockouts brother. He's got some cool 3D prints and stuff. He's a newer channel, so check him out. And check out Rock Out with your Lockout. He does a lot of the Shackleman Cuff Club challenges. He's got some really cool primitive fire videos and everyday carry stuff too, if you're into that. So definitely a really fun channel to watch. I'm a big fan myself.
Yeah, Rock. If I remember correctly, if it was you with that balls deep short, that was awesome, dude. That made my day.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast. I enjoy his videos very much personally. He's got some great editing and whatnot too. The quality is always nice. Some great soundtracks, as a rock out channel should have. Big fan of classic rock and popping locks. So if you're into those things, you're not going to be able to resist a good rock out video. I'm going to get the maces put away for a moment here. I slayed my way back through the pile of white and yellows I got sitting here. And I'm going to do some SPPing on something else. I think I'll try to stick with my sparrows a little more this time. I've got some really nice picks coming that should be here tomorrow. My boy Mustang, Classic Stang, he sent me over some really from my dreams kind of pick set. So I will try to show them off in a live lock mail tomorrow for anyone who's interested in that. And if everything goes according to plan, not only will I be showing those, but I'll have a pretty big announcement to make for that as well. But I can't talk about it just yet. Let's see what we got to play with. Let's try one of these right here with the sparrows lock. Sounds like football getting ready to fire up. Me and Papa Mick got some football going tonight. Enjoyed the game last night.
I can't wait till tomorrow night.
Who's playing tomorrow?
Hurricanes versus Bethune.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched the Canes beat up on my Tar Heels last weekend. I'm a big fan of the Canes too, though, because being a Florida kid, the Canes are kind of my favorite team down there. So it was bittersweet for me. Watching my Tar Heels lose was hard for me, but the Canes blew them out hard. Canes got a good team this year, and I don't watch hockey as much, but the the Carolina Hurricanes it's really weird because I live in Florida and Carolina, and the football team here is the Panthers, and the hockey team there is the Panthers. But also, we have a hockey team here called the Hurricanes, and there's a football team there called the Hurricanes. So it's like we trading around names back and forth between states.
Well, the minor league teams from where I was from in Florida, they pissed me off now.
Yeah.
So we had a minor league baseball team. They were called the Jacksonville Suns, and
Oh, okay.
somebody thought it was a good idea to change them to the Jumbo Shrimp. That makes
Yeah,
no sense at all.
there's a lot of baseball in Florida since they have those camps for all the other teams down there at what is it called? Roger Dean Stadium.
Oh, the arena football is big too.
Yeah, you're right. Football in Florida is as big as it is in Texas. I don't care what anybody says.
That's where a good bit of the talent comes from.
It sure does, bro. The Florida schools ain't no kid. The high school teams in Florida are no joke, bro. You go any of the decent
We got a
2A teams, they kill, bro.
My Hurricanes. We got a receiver. He's 17 years old, and he's already made an impression. And he's a receiver for us, but he actually led his high school to the national championship as a quarterback.
Oh, sweet. Well, he must be smoking them.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
As long as he stay out of trouble, he'll be making big money in a few years. That's the hardest part. What's up, Mustang? I didn't know you crept in here on me, brother. I'm glad to see you made it. Like I said, my boy Mustang right there, he's got some big surprises in store for us tomorrow. I'm gonna be showing off some cool lock mail, and maybe we'll get to talk about it then. Um, see, also we got Nico. Yeah, definitely Nico. Check out Rock Out. You're gonna love what he's got going on. Definitely come check out what we got going on here. Um, Rockout says he got a mail call from Stu today. Uh, Stu's awesome. I bet I'm gonna have to check that out too. Rockout says he got some new cuffs.
Okay, I've been interested in that, but I'm trying to take it one thing at a time right now.
Same here, Labs. I talked to Dean a lot. Dean P, my boy. If you hadn't seen his channel, check him out.
Yeah,
And
I've been checking them out.
him and Rockout both do that Shackleman stuff. I'm really enjoy watching it. I'd like to get into it, but I gotta wait and get me some Peerless cuffs and get started. My boy Greyhound sells at his site. He's paired up with Southern Specialties, so he's got that Shackleman Club kit. It's got all the different picks that you can use for handcuff picking. It's a nice set, and he sells. I think one of the sets is a huge set, but it's got like 3 or 4 kinds of cuffs with it and all the picks. So anybody trying to shell out, big dough and get into Shackleman, that's where I would recommend you go because if you're really already going to spend all that money, I'm not saying you should, but if you are going to spend that kind of money, the best package kit I've seen for starting out with that absolutely is that one. It's called the Shackleman Club kit. You can find it on Greyhound Picks or probably on Southern site too. And I want to say it's about a little over 200 bucks. So again, it's a value with what all you're getting because it's got a few different kinds of really nice cuffs in it and the picks too, I believe. Comes with a nice case to put it all in, like a zip up case. But again, that can be a little steep. So I can tell why some people would want to do more like poor Mick here and start with just a pair of cheap Peerless or some other cuffs, and then use the picks you've already got until you can buy some specific stuff like Newhouse has and like Greyhound sells. I've heard the dog legs work really good on them as well. Oh, Delbert says he just got his dog legs in and a Peters and that Peterson pick today. Glad to hear you got your Peterson pick, Delbert. I was starting to worry about a few people I still need to check on. I think the mail system and the Labor Day holiday is what really slowed it down, but I'm pretty sure that Door Lock Tips is diligently getting them out to the best of his abilities. So,
Ooh,
Nat,
I finally got this fucker.
did it. What's up, LA boys?
That
I
thing's
don't
been a pain in my ass for a while.
know. I'm glad to see you getting it. I don't
Maybe
always listen to
it's
myself.
like it's like I get in streaks. I'll get a lock that I can open consistently for a while, and then when I pick it back up after I set it down, it's like I'm starting all over again.
That's how it is for everybody, man. You'll get more muscle memory to where it doesn't take as long to get in the flow, but it always takes a little warming up, and there's always going to be days where you just can't pick nothing. They just come less frequently as you practice more. That's the only real difference. But everybody has their slumps.
No, for sure.
Like I
Ugh.
can't, I can't, I can't get the Bunker Hill SPP'd right now for nothing. I've tried 3 different picks, just
I'm
fighting me too much.
debating if I got the balls to pick up this 1100 again or this Avis.
That's all up to you, brother. Pick anything you want. Your channel is your life.
Trying to figure out how aggravated I want to get.
I hear that. I see we got a hello from Brett in the chat. What's up, Brett Sucks? BrettSucks.com.org/ Brett Sucks all the time. Brett Sucks UK. I found out recently. Brett is of the English persuasion, and I'm glad to have some proper English representation over here since my boy Q and my boy Brett are here. We definitely got some across the pond love going on. Let's see here. Let's make sure everything's going. I've had the scroller on there for a little while, so let's drop that and give Labs back his room. There we go.
It's your world, brother. I'm just living in it.
Hey, it's all right, brother. Anybody who needs to see that can refer back to the video we release afterward. There's no point in covering you the whole time with a message that they can go back and look at. You're a guest here, sir, and I'm for Southern hospitality, Irish hospitality. So if it's my house and you're here, it's your house too.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Make yourself comfortable. Like I said, I gave a disclaimer to everybody that we were going to do whatever the hell we wanted. So if they didn't want part in it, they already knew it was going to be this way. But we're still here. Definitely love
Man,
it.
I'm barely touching these pens in this Avis. Like some of the pens, I don't even feel that I'm touching, and but they're setting.
Yeah, they're probably just really low cut. Some of them might even be a no lift. Every once in a while, you'll have a key with a spot on it that's just dead flat. That means you don't have to lift that pin at all. It's just already at the shear line full time. You'll have locks that are 5 or 6 pin, but they're only like a 3 or 4 pin pick. So I try to tell people, the more you go along, the more you'll realize that you don't have to lift all of them that much, and you don't even have to touch all of them. So it's good to be more low action. You want to sneak in there and tickle the pins and only lift the binders. The rest of them you can just ignore anyway, because if they're not binding, you're not doing anything to them anyway. But it all sounds good in theory. Execution is really the hard part. It's like riding a bicycle. You can tell somebody how to ride a bike all day, but until they jump on it, they're not going to understand what balance is about.
And I like some good old training wheels.
Yeah, that's right. Training wheels are.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a hole in my wall if I keep up with this.
That's kind of a good analogy for why it's a good idea to do a little bit of training lock and a little bit of progressive pinning because that's kind of like what training wheels are in this world. You don't
Well,
have to worry. You don't have to worry about every aspect all at once when you do a trainer lock. You can literally make two stacks and just put one stack regular and one stack with a spool. And now you know how to pick a spool with a 2-pin stack, and you work your way up from there. That way you
yeah,
don't.
I haven't gotten around to progressive pinning. I mean, it's been suggested me to progressive pin this 1100, but I just haven't gotten to the point to get the plug followers and pinning trays and stuff yet.
Yeah, well, I can show you how to do an 1100 with just like a AAA battery, a set of tweezers, and a piece of cardboard. But I will advise that only do that if you only have that available. If you get yourself a grub screwed lock like the one I show sometimes, it's a lot easier not having to break the whole body down and worry about some of the other things with the shackle. And that way, if you've got just a cylinder that's grub screwed, I'm trying to find one here to show it. If you got just a grub screwed cylinder, that'll be a lot of better for you. So that way you can get in there and change it around easier and quicker. Here, let me. I've got one. It's just in my man purse. Just give me a second, and I'll grab it from the man purse.
What else you got in there?
Oh, that's where all the nice locks are, bro. I'll show you. I'll show you the man purse real quick. That's where everything good lives. This is where my big bag, nice locks, and my keys are all at. It's just a
Right
little
on.
lime green polo sport brand bag that my wife gave me a few years back. There's what we're looking for, though. This is what I'm talking about, Labs. I got a few of these, and I got a friend who's got a bunch of them if you need to get a hold of one. This is a Marks Slimline double-sided Euro. But as you can see, it's got 5 grub screwed on each side. So you basically just use an Allen wrench to take the little plugs out of the way for each stack whenever you want to swap them out. So with this and the key, you don't really need any tools. You just kind of can play around with your hands or some tweezers, and you can redo it as many ways as you like. Now I will say this lock only comes with regular pins in it. So what I usually do is my boy Skip sent me a bunch of those Sparrows pins that are like the chest pins and the ones from the reload kit. Let me see if I can find those. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There we go. Oh, that's not it either. It's in the Jimmy Long's packet. I think I carried it to my room the other night. Well, at any rate, I'd have to walk and go get that. Just give me a minute and I will. But
Yeah. Give me 1 second, guy. I'll be right back.
you good, man. But yeah, that's what I usually recommend people use in that circumstance. I may pull it out and do a little playing around with it just to show what I mean here for the channel. That'll be more fun than what I had planned. So we'll get out our covert instruments tray here, and we'll get out our Sparrows pinning tweezers, and I'll show you guys what I mean about using a practice lock. I've got my vice sitting here too, so for anybody interested, I already have 3 short videos showing this process, but I'm gonna do it here for a little bit of fun, and I'll pin one up and pick it on camera really quick. That'll be a fun way to show everybody how this type of thing works. If you don't know, what Labs was mentioning a second ago is plug followers. These are plug followers. This is so you can slide them in the body of a lock whenever you're gutting it. I got a nice stainless set, Sparrow cell, and then Skip sent me those. And then I've got a nice set of 44 Delta ones that my friend Jeremy Hendricks sent over to me. These are the Delta style. So yeah, they're in like a nice 3D printed titanium purplish green. Anyway, you want to have some good followers when you start getting to certain locks. because the bodies will have skeletonized core where they've saved money by cutting a bunch of metal out of it. But the little ribs on that skeletonized core will catch on a spring and leave your stuff all locked up in a way you don't want. So the idea is to not end up in that situation by using shims and a plug follower. I also have shims, but I'm not going to pull them out right now. If you don't have shims, go find yourself an old DVD case or an old set of Magic or Pokemon cards or anything that has that little black and white zip. It looks like a like a UPC code, like a barcode. Only inside that little wider plastic piece that they glue to stuff is a few metal pieces. It's a piece of magnetic steel that they usually use to set off the electronics security. But those things are the perfect size to use for a shim if you don't have some. So if you got some old DVDs or old Magic cards, Pokemon cards, go buy a new one. If they go to take that thing off, tell them, hey, I actually need that part worse than I need what I bought. Keep the shims. You'll probably have to cut them out of there yourself. I'll be right back, Labs. I'm going to go grab one thing I need.
Um, no problem. All right, switch that one up. Let's see. How's everybody else doing this evening? Hope y'all doing all right. It's Friday. See if I can find the right tensioner.
I must have them out here already. I'm back. But they are not back there, so they must be in this big old bag of stuff.
I know if this baby don't stop crying wolf, I'm about to drop kick her.
You do what you got to do, sir. I don't tell other people how to raise their children. That's a big thing where I'm from. You don't never tell somebody else how to raise their own kids. That'll start a street fight real quick.
Oh yeah,
It'll turn from them being mad at the kids to them forgetting the kids and being mad at you real quick.
and then go back to the kids afterwards.
Exactly. You're still not going to save them that ass whooping, so just leave it alone. Here we go. This is what I was looking for, guys. This is some shims. Think I'm gonna send my boy Stang over a few of these. He told me he didn't have any. Let's see if I can get them out to him quick. Put them in an envelope. My boy Mr. Happy sent those to me. But Skip sent me all these wonderful reload pins and chest pins from the Sparrows kits. So I've got a bunch of different stuff, and it will fit any Schlag, but I'm using it in a quick set style lock. But technically, they work the best in a Schlag or a Sparrows lock because of the tolerances. But anyway, I figured that just for fun, instead of picking a bunch of the same locks, I'll show you guys what I mean grub screwing one. RF security tag. Papa Mick has made a note to me that that thing from the stores and the movies is called an RF security tag. The little strip you're looking for that I was talking about. So it will it's kind of like a RFID but simpler. You can't store stuff onto it like the cards, but it is for security purposes. And that's why they keep them on all of the merchandise in stores. So anyway, like
Chuck
anything,
Chuck Soup said he just single pin picked a Lotto 410 with a double rate.
nice, Chuck. Well, I hope you left it on camera so you could show it on my giveaway.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, he did say he uploaded round two, so I'm guessing that's why he's telling me. All right, Chuck. Well, when I get done here, I will be checking it out, And anybody interested, you can see it on Chuck Soup's site, or you'll find it on my playlist of the 250 sub entries, because that's where I put them all. And it will be hanging out there if you would like to check out Chuck Soup's new open. He did a 410 lotto with a rake, but single pin picking it. So sounds pretty cool. I told you guys hybrid picking is a big thing these days. He said he used the Apex double rake. All right, Soup.
Sounds like that'd give me a headache.
Yeah, Mustang, I see Sparrow and then Redacted. You can go ahead and say it. I think they already know. But I have some nice new picks to show off tomorrow. As long as the mail from Alaska comes through on time, we will see. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, we will definitely be showing that off. What I'm gonna do as I'm playing around here, for anybody interested, is I've got all my goodies out here to where I can pin up something to play around with. I got my off camera here. I've got my vise. I'll pull it up when I start picking around with this thing. But I got my marks lock here. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how you can empty everything out of it really easy and repin it any way you want, so you can learn how to pick with a practice lock. And something that I always try to tell people: this is a good way to learn the way a spool or a serrated pin will act by itself. And then you can add more stacks, make it harder as you go, and build it up at your own rate instead of having to skip directly from belt to belt. Now, I don't recommend doing it too much, and the reason why is because there's only one keyway on this lock. So if you learn to pick every possible combination on it, all you're doing is learning to pick one lock really well. So definitely you still want to move around from lock to lock and get the most learning you can out of that. Otherwise, you'll just be really good at picking that one lock.
Nico, no, I haven't tried those. Besides the cheap Amazon set I started with, I'm just using the Echelon set from Covert right now.
Right. So check it out, Labs. This one, I just dumped them in my hand with the key in it. But I didn't have to go fishing in there or anything. Everything will come out the top because of the grub screw.
So did you have
So
to rotate the cylinder first?
no, that's the beauty of it. I can turn the cylinder to only get the top ones first, but since I'm only doing one pin stack at a time, it doesn't really matter if I do that. Now, when I go back to put one in, I do like to put a key pin in and then turn the key so I know it's going to work, and then drop the other one in after it. But I'll show that.
Gotcha.
But I'm also going to show you that just like the little RF tag we were talking about, you don't necessarily need all the fancy parts that I've got. Most of this stuff was gifted to me by friends, but I started out with a little pair of tweezers that I got from Walmart. And in my first video, if you go way back in MOUNTA1NM1CK history, there is me putting one together with no tweezers, with just my big old gorilla fingers. So it can be done. The only other thing I would advise, I'm gonna see if I can find one really quick.
But that's the good thing about being a mechanic, bro.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm definitely used to using my fingers for the small dexterity build. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, and I will say that, like anybody, I have played the Where's That Spring Go game and Where'd That Pin Go game a few times. I actually, one time, had all the springs in my hand, and I forgot to take the top bobble pins out. I walked through the house with the lock in my hand like an idiot, and I sprinkled them all through the house on my way through to grab a tool. So that was a fun little adventure. So this is a AAA Duracell battery, and if you're working on an A1100, it is very well known that this is all you need for a plug follower. A AAA battery is a perfect same size for the core on an A1100. So if you got one, doesn't matter if it's a Duracell, but the Duracell I used, I did do it that way with. So I promise you, it works great.
That's inventive.
Yeah, it's not mine, that's for sure. But
I never would have thought of that.
picked it up along the way from the old heads, and Uncle Sparrow's actually recently uploaded a video of him doing it too. So it's definitely something that I would highly advise. All the old OGs have been doing it for years. So a lot of these tools they just made for for the sake of comfort and doing everything a little fancier. But when it comes down to it, if you really want to put yourself to it, it can all be done as long as you got picks and as long as you got locks and the key. Pretty much everything else, all you're going to need is usually a Phillips head screwdriver, or you might need an Allen wrench that's the right size. The Packlock 90A Pro, unlike the 1100, the 1100 takes a screw under the shackle. So once you get the shackle popped, you just use a Phillips head screwdriver,
Yeah,
and
I've
it
seen
all
that, and this I've seen that when I popped the shackle of this one. I just have to get everything I need to be able to do it properly.
right. It's best to wait if you want to have it. I'm just being genuine here. If you're really in a hurry to do it, you can do it, but because there's already so much going on, I would definitely advise having a few more of the proper tools, especially because you don't want to mess up one of your locks that you already had to pay good money for. An 1100 is a fairly cheap replacement, but some of these pack locks and stuff start getting a little more expensive. So I definitely would advise not going too crazy with it until you're a little more comfortable. I personally started practicing on a Toledo lock that's just a deadbolt, and it had nothing fancy in it really, but it was kind of a throwaway. If I broke it or something happened, I wasn't going to care about
Right.
it. So I would definitely advise having something that's not one of your new babies that you really love as a lock to gut around. Once you learn your way around it and you feel more comfortable, then I would say be more adventurous and check that one out. All right, I've almost finished gutting this one out here. Show you guys what I've been practicing with, and I'm gonna put some of them back in and pick it on camera to show you what I mean. All right, so this is the pinning from what I most recently had in my practice log. Let me see if I can get this stupid camera. This mirroring really makes it hard for me to line it up right. Let me fix that, and then we'll get to it. Do not mirror the camera. I hate that. Let left
Oh
be left.
shit!
And now we're not mirrored anymore. I can zoom in a little better and fit.
You don't want to be the man in the mirror.
I don't, because the problem is I can't keep left and right synced up the right way when they do that shit. So I'm like
Gotcha.
trying to too much adjustment. But I don't know how good you guys can see that, but that's what came out of it. So basically, over here on the far end, this is number one stack. I've just got regular key pin and Bible pin in it. Number two, the same way, but a different height. Key and a Bible. Number three is the one I have a spool in. That's the spool up top. And then number four, I believe I got a serrated barrel. Yeah, there's a serrated barrel in four. So that's the way I had it set up to practice with. What I'm going to do just for this exercise is I'm going to put back number one here with a plain one, and then I'm just going to put the second one with a spool. And I'm going to show you that when you go down to two, it's really easy to feel the spool, show the counter rotation, and to get it picked really quick and easy, but to learn what you're doing in the process. Then you can start adding back some more stacks and mixing it up. And hypothetically, you can end up with a ridiculous challenge lock that's got, spools and pins in every single one, like more like an A1100 or a pack lock would be. So, first thing I'm gonna do, I've got four empty holes here. I've got tape on the end, so I remember which one it is. The other one still has all five, but they're regular. So I'm just gonna cap off the first two of them because I don't need to put anything back in those yet. And I'm just going to put it in there with my hand because it's really not that easy for me to do. You run them up with this. See what's everybody talking about in the chat. Yep, Skip says the Riz pick has the Reaper profiles. That is correct. And the Riv has a bunch of, I believe, rakes and things on it, if I'm not mistaken there. One of them came out before the other, and I believe it was the Riv that was first. The Riz has more single pin kind of stuff on it, and I think they secured one a little better than the other, if I'm not mistaken, as far as what they use for it to swing on and lock with. But I don't think either one of them truly locks in position like a lockback, like my Escort or a couple. I think there's one other that's made that's a lockback, maybe the Moki one. I'm not sure also about the Greyhound one. That Greyhound one I saw Rune with may lockback as well. That's a pretty sweet jackknife setup. All right, so I've got all the three messed down. Now we're going to put our two down in there. So the first thing you want to do is get your key in the hole. You don't have to do it because they are tapered in a way that they can't fall through. So you're never going to drop any of your pins through into the plug if you're worried about that. It's made to where that can't happen. But I will start with it turned, and what I'll do is I'll take just the one and two. Here, I'll bring it over here. I'm just going to take the first two and put the key pins in, and then I'm going to turn the key to make sure it stays working. And then I'm going to drop in it the one from one. I'm going to keep the standard Bible pin, but I'm going to sneak this spool that I've got in three into the second one. So we'll have a standard pin in one and a spool in two. And then I'll show you me picking it just for fun. And of course you want to drop the springs in last before you close it all up. Whenever you do put your key pins in, your key pins will only fit properly and turn if it's the right height. So make sure you put them in the right ones. You can match them up with the key if you're not sure. So
Now, is a serrated pin, does that give you a like a lighter click than a standard?
yeah, what happens is it's basically a tension trap. If you're going really light tension, you might not even feel the difference between it and a regular one if you sneak past it. But
Because
if
I'm
you're
picking
using
this 1100, and I'll get some strong clicks, and some of them are like very light.
yeah, sometimes the lighter clicks can be just what you're talking about, but also sometimes you're accidentally just clicking your pick off of some warding. You're not actually even setting anything, so you got to make sure you're not doing that too.
No, I
We
can
all,
feel it. I can feel the pins bouncing.
okay. Well, if you know you're under the pin for sure, then yeah, I would say that that's just a serrated riding its way up. Then, Lebs. Alrighty. So again, the ones that go on the key side, a lot of them will look different, but if they have a round and a flat side, you want the round side down towards the key because that's how it rides across the key. The flat one is just going to sit where the shear line goes. So make sure you drop it into the right direction. And then, like I said, you'll be able to turn the key. See, I've got two of them in right now. If I turn the key about 90 degrees like this, then those won't fall out anymore. They're actually trapped between over here. So now I can add my other stuff in and not worry about it. I'm going to put number one down in here. And number two is going to be this spool.
Hope you guys don't mind if I take y'all with me on my union mandated smoke break.
Do it, do it. Then I'll drop my springs in after them. Now the cool thing about a grub screwed one is you don't got to worry about the springs as much. When you do this on a regular line, you're going to be basically doing a little push and hide and cover. You're gonna use your plug to kind of stash them up in there. So you keep everything covered. You drop one in there, and then you push it up with a pick, and then slide past it with the plug follower. That's what the follower is for, to keep it held in there till you snatch the whole plug in there. Anyway, so then I'm going to put my little caps back in. This is why it's really easy to do it this way, because as you can see, I was able to totally rebuild this lock from a 4-pin with a serrated and a spool back down to a 2-pin with just a spool in a matter of just a couple of moments while talking to you guys. So,
So Chuck, it can still be picked if the pins are put in upside down.
yes, it can. It'll be a little more difficult, but only because of it riding up and down on the key. On your pick, it's not going to matter as much. So, yeah, if you screw it up, it should still be pickable. The key will probably even still work. It just won't ride through as easy and slide in and out smoothly. But yeah, as Chuck pointed out, it is possible to still pick if you have it upside down. It just makes it a lot harder. All right, so I'm going to move my little tray and everything out of the way. We've got our lock. Oh, what happened? Somebody's jammed. Let me back it out a little. What happened? That's new. There we go. My spool must have got jammed in there. So the key's not loving that spool as much as it should. That's what happens when you use tolerances on a lock that's not built for, really. That shouldn't happen, but it's just the spool getting stuck a little bit on one of the springs. There we go, see? So if you ever have a key that isn't working good, it's probably something like that. But at any rate, this will still pick, it will still open, all of that good stuff. All right, so now that we know for sure it will open, I'm going to bring the vise over. I'm going to try to show you guys what I mean by picking one that you've built yourself so you understand what you're practicing on. And that'll give you a better idea what you're looking for to happen and what happens when you do pick it right. I'm just going to get this thing secured in here. I've noticed also with the vise, something that I like to point out. Whenever I put my lock in the vise, sometimes when it's a bodied lock like this, I put the body in the clamps, and there's no right or wrong way here, but sometimes I'll clamp the body, and other times I will clamp the shackle itself, and the body will kind of hang out of it. And when you do this, when you finally pop it, it will spring out towards you. So if you do it with it clamping the body, it'll just open regularly and throw back in the other direction. So just be aware of that, because you don't want to break a pick or hurt anything when you go to actually open it if you have it clamped at the shackle. Like I said, that spring is going to throw it towards you if you have it in there actually clamped to the shackle.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. I clamp the bodies when I have to use mine.
yeah,
Um,
body clamper
Chuck, do they
too.
feel like spools because it's hard to get them flush at the shear line?
That's a good question. I would imagine they do have a little harder time getting to the shear properly when it's on the wrong edge. I'm going to use my sparrows curved up here for a top of keyway.
I think I got that same vice, brother.
Oh, that's the only way to go, bro. Harbor Freight Central Machinery, $20. I got it on sale for 16, and it turns every possible way that a lock man could ever need. You can
I
use it
think I,
for other stuff. I can't see
think I got
why.
mine off of Amazon.
So check it out. Yeah, there's Menards or Maynards, whichever you say. They carry one that's similar in Canada, and Europe also seems to. So it looks like I've only got 1 and 2 in here, guys. All right. So I bumped one. Let me start over. What's my turner here? If I bump one, it goes forward a little bit. Now I go to 2, and there we go. Having a little trouble with it. Sorry. But you can really get a better feel for how spools pick by doing it this way, because you'll only have two to worry about. Now, which one binds first might be interesting for you, because that can change. It can change in the same lock, depending on what you have in there pinning it up.
Oh, the magnet. Chuck, Chuck, that sounds like a good idea. I got this one off of Amazon for
Got it.
about $20. I lost one of the rubber pieces for the inside of the vise, though. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Yeah, like Chuck Soup said, he got one from Menards, which is not exactly like mine. The base looks different. It's square, but it's a pretty similar vise. Yeah, mine's Harbor Freight, Nico. I'm sure you can get it other places too. But yeah, Central Machinery is the brand this one is, and you'll notice it's got the triangular vacuum base. It's got a castle nut that'll actually let you move this part of the base so it will go all the way flush with the table if you want it to. I'll show you what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
I gotta
You can
load mine up so I can rotate it better.
you can actually bring it all the way down if you move this little notch thing here, and you could have it as far down as you want and just pick it from this direction. Or you can, lift it back up, cock it sideways a little bit. Sometimes I like to lean it back just a little bit so that way it shows on camera a little better. Anyway, love my vise. Harbor Freight did that for sure. I got this thing open. No big surprise. One with one spool is not very hard, but it really gives you a better idea of what to watch your turner do. Whenever you get to the spool, whenever you get to the spool, it'll start to counter rotate as you lift it past shear, and then when you get it to where it's in the set position, it'll kick back down where you want it to be. Any of the other ones, when you click them to set, will rotate forward just a little micro movement. So that's another way you can tell you set one is you'll get just a little millimeter of forward. So you gradually work your way forward, pop, pop, pop. If you hit a spool, it'll go back. And then when you get it to shear, it'll pop back to the right spot. That's all there is to it. But the turner is telling you a lot about what's going on in there. That's all I really wanted to illustrate here. I'm going to move the vise and play around with some other stuff after I get this lock put back together. Actually, I'll just do that in my free time when you guys aren't sitting here hanging out. But that's how you can really utilize a practice lock, and having a bunch of different fun pins to play around with can make it hard. Some of these are barrels that are serrated all the way. Some of them are castle shaped. Some of them are pawn shaped, hence the name chess pin. And a lot of them are just standard barrels and spools. So a lot of different stuff to play around with. Also spares. I got enough springs that if I ever really hurt something, sometimes you end up eating a spring with your core when you're rekeying it. It just gets trapped in there and spirals around, so you totally screw it up. That's why it's good to have spare parts when you start doing this. Otherwise, you will have to cannibalize your locks. For anybody curious, American and Master Lock pins and springs will not fit the locks that I'm showing. So if you have an 1100, an S1100, American 1100, A1100, a Master Lotto, all of those pins are the same as each other, but they won't fit in all these other locks because they're a different diameter. Just something to point out. If you want to make this same kind of experience happen with your A1100, do not buy the Sparrows pins to do that with because you will be disappointed. They will not fit. Get yourself a small pack from American or Master on eBay or Amazon or one of your buddies, or buy yourself a couple of extra full cores, or if you got the money, just buy you a handful of American locks and you'll have multiple bodies and everything. I think I'm going to play around with my escort a little bit here in a second. Oops, now look at that. I done locked one. Almost locked it with the shackle in the wrong spot. Let's see how we're doing here. Just over an hour, so we can keep going for a little while for sure. I won't make it too crazy, but people been laughing about my 4 hour lives lately. What can I say? I got a lot of love to give.
It gives me something to do.
I hear that, brother. I'm glad that you were able to come by and hang out with me, Babs. This has already been very enjoyable for myself.
Oh yeah. Think I'm
Glad
gonna
to
try to rake something this time.
sounds good. Like I said, I think I'm going to play around with my escort and then maybe play around with my dog legs for a minute.
Yeah, I can't wait for mine to come in so I can see how they work, how they feel.
Yeah, they've definitely got their own abilities. That's why I love them so much. That low reach combined with that notch on it really filled a spot in my set I did not have yet. Nico says he's down to watch for 6 hours. I hear you, Nico. Well, some of the bigger channels that got multiple guests will definitely do lives that are that long. My homegirl Lady Locks is the champ, I believe, of the super long live. My boy Mustang was challenging me the other day to try and run one as long as her. I said, I don't even think you realize how long some of those are. I think my record is right around 4 hours or something. She's definitely got some 7 and 8 hour ones in her lineup. But like I said, when you have about six guests going, that makes it a little easier. It's harder for one person to entertain you for that long, but I do what I can.
Our live submittable for the 250 sub giveaway.
Um, well, I mean, technically, yes, Chuck. I would ask you to go into your editing program and make a clip video from your live to show it off. But I don't see any reason why if you don't just if you tag me to it and you tag 250 giveaway to in the description, and then you give me some timestamps about what part to watch. Just do it that way so you don't have to rehash the whole thing. As long as it has me drawn to the video to where I can see it and confirm it, and as long as it's actually been made during the time that the contest is running or been submitted at least during the time, the main idea is to pick one of the locks properly. Make sure you tag me, and I'll give you an entry for it. But in the spirit of competition, I would prefer that you at least did it recently. Please don't come with a video from 2 years ago and tag me to it. If you win that way, it's gonna make the natives restless. So let's not do anything to get ourselves stoned by medical.
A 4 hour live of nothing but 410s.
Yes, Chuck, that's absolutely submittable. If you do a live and you pop it about 50 times, I'm gonna give you an entry per open, sir. So yes, I encourage you if you want to do that. I got no problem with that. It's not one entry per video, guys. It's one entry per open. So if you open the damn thing 3 times on your video, I'm giving you 3 entries. All right. Make sure you tell me if you open it more than one time, though, because Mountain Mick might be in a hurry and see that open and just leave. So, very much would like you to point out to everybody, hey, this one's a multi-open. You don't have to tell me how many, but at least let me know that it's more than one, so I stick around and actually give you all your numbers. See, Sparrow's rate. I believe that was the worm. Nope, it's the triple P. People ask me about the escort a lot. Does it work? Yes, it works. If you know how to pick, it works. That's all there is to it. Just like any other tool, it's only as effective as the hands that it's in. I tell people that about things that they're tracking too. Oh, this pick doesn't work. This doesn't do this, doesn't do that. Well, no pick is going to open every lock. It's not designed to. And I think pretty much all of them I've ever used are capable of the job. It's just whether or not I have the skill level to make it happen. So, don't blame the tools for what you're not able to do. Somebody else is going to make a video of them doing it, and you're going to feel like an idiot.
Yo, P Dubs got the 24-hour stream.
I would believe that. She's from Australia, and they have a lot of heavy isolation issues over there. So it's nothing for them to stream a whole day like that because they want to have people around, and there's no people around them. So for them, this is like going to town and communicating. You know, they gotta have that. People in Alaska are like that too. I think it's a good thing that the internet has allowed a lot of us in isolated areas to reach out to the community of the world and have more actual friends. So I very much promote that idea. But 24 hours, I don't think, unless Mountain Mick is having some special kind of thing, you will never see that unless I hype it up and tell you I'm doing it. It will be an accidental 24 hour, I can tell you that. That's a marathon, boy. I think I'm gonna have to switch rakes on this one. These Bunker Hills are from Harbor Freight. Oh, I got it just as I was about to give up on it. Sometimes you got to switch rakes though, guys. Every rake ain't gonna open every lock necessarily. Yeah, Chuck Soup. It's great that you mentioned Georgia Jim and his white to black belt video review of the escort. You know why? 'Cause this is that same one. Georgia Jim.
I actually just watched that last night.
This is the one. Georgia Jim sent me this, guys. So this is the one from that video. Big thanks to him for that.
I just watched that video last night when I was at work.
It's a badass video. Georgia Jim's a legend, bro. When he told me he was gonna send me this, he also sent me a new 1100 to replace the one I bricked up, and he sent me a whole set of Sparrows Black Flag picks too. So big shout out to him. He spoiled me with a lot of Sparrows goodies. I think he basically just got them for review purposes, and he knew that I was a big fanboy of Sparrows, so he passed them along to me. And now I'm the proud owner of a Georgia Jim Sparrows Escort that I would never part with. That's it right there, guys. I'll probably get another one day just so I don't have to keep carrying this one around. I really like having it because it's from Georgia Jim. That means a lot to me. I told him to sign it. I was just joking around with him, though. But I will be seeking to get all the cool little attachments for it when I get up with Uncle Sparrows for the tattoo deal. I'd like the top of keyway. I'd like the monkey paw, the Tron, and a couple of the other upgrades they have. So again, I may just get another one and do all the swap outs on it because this one from Georgia Jim I really love, but I kind of want to keep it stock just because it came from him that way. And then maybe I will add it to a collector's edition case or something and not use it as much anymore. But I promised him that I would put it to some locks and enjoy it, which is what we're doing now. So I'm not the kind of guy to get a hot rod and leave it in the garage all day. So I won't be that way with this either.
Oh shit. What else I got here?
How do you send somebody something, Nico? Well, the way I would advise you to do that, regardless of who you're talking about, is to get with them in a private message somehow, or have them message you, and that way you can exchange information on PO boxes or whatever you find comfort with, and that way you'll be able to do some interaction or mailing with each other. Locksport has very much become like a new pen pal version of things, and in that regard, I would say for a lot of people's safety, if you feel uncomfortable giving somebody your address, maybe you shouldn't. But for very good safety purposes, a lot of my friends keep a PO box to get all their lock mail at, and that's not a bad idea if you're receiving a lot of lock mail. I personally don't have a PO box, but oh, you're talking about me, Nico. I'm not sure how to direct message you from here, but if you have Facebook or a Discord or Reddit, let me know and I can contact you on there, or I'll be happy to give you my name right here on one of those, so you can find me and send me a message, and I will let you know. Oh, a homemade pick. Well, I would absolutely love to see what you've got there.
That's
Like I
dope.
said, find me on either on Instant Messenger or Facebook. I have Facebook there. I also have Discord, and like I said, we can work out getting in touch with each other that way. I got a couple of burner phones I'm going to set up another account on soon, so you guys can just maybe text or call the backup line. It'll basically just be like a Mountain Mick backup phone. It won't be
How
my
much?
real.
How
It
much you
won't
charge in a minute?
be. What's that?
So how much you charge in a minute?
You charging a minute? Oh, it'll be free. I just won't be checking it as often because it'll be a backup line. But I'll leave the voicemail on and everything. You can set up some really cool stuff on some of these text nows and stuff like that. I've got about 3 phone numbers right now as it is. Um,
At least it
only
ain't
if
like back in the day where you guys have to wait till after 9 o'clock.
yeah, I was talking about that the other night, bro. I told these guys nights and weekends was the only way to not burn your minutes up. Yeah, Nico James, I am on Discord under the same one. Yeah, I have been trying to link them, Chuck. They should be linked on my channel page where you can find at least my Discord may not be on there, but it is under the same name. My Facebook is connected under my government name, which is Craig Higgins. I don't care if you guys know that. And you can reach me on Facebook or Discord or Reddit. My name here is the same name everywhere but Facebook. So just make sure you put ones in for the eyes and you'll find me. There is not another Mountain Mick until somebody tries to rip me off. There is a guy that goes by Mountain Mick who's a hiker. I found out about him. And there's another Mountain Mick that does something else. But none of them are lock sport guys or YouTubers that I've found. So I think I've got the Reddit and YouTube name handle on lockdown at this point. Also, they don't have the ones in their name. So, all right, Nico James Nugent. Well, you just, like I said, just shoot me a message on Discord and I'll accept your friend request and we will chat about that. I'm a very easy to get a hold of guy. I try to tell people all the time. I'm just a dude. So, I juggle 2 phones. I got about 4 apps that I use for them. And I frequently tell everyone if you have any lock sport questions or anything like that, I try to answer everything as quickly as possible, usually the same day. It it has been getting a little more trafficy lately, but I am working to keep on top of everybody. But yeah, thank you, Nico. I am very I will think about that, Nico. I probably should patent it at some point, but right now I'm not quite that big. And they can't take away my personality either way, you know what I mean? Mountain Mick could be a man with many names, but he's still gonna be the same guy, so they can try to take anything they want and I'll be out the next day doing it better.
That's right.
They don't own me, baby. But they can pay me for it. I'll tell you that. I'll sell it to them tomorrow. Tell you that right now. Mountain Mick been ready to sell out since '86. Come on, Sparrow's Rake, you got this. This one's a little harder, guys. Sounds like the chefs are about to play some foosball.
I ain't played foosball in a long time.
Well, I love real foosball, bro. That's one of my favorites. I can slay on a foosball table. I got it open. The escort of Georgia Jim is a slayer, guys. I'm gonna put it away for now, but if you were wondering if it works, damn right it works. I keep it in my pocket every day. It's part of my EDC.
I gotta find me an EDC. The problem is where I live, it's up to the law enforcement's discretion if you get caught with it without a license.
That's a bummer. Fortunately for me, I live in North Carolina or Florida all the time, and neither one of them are prima facie states. They have to prove you are doing a felonious act for it to be a problem.
Well, that's
As
what
long
gets me is I can fucking conceal carry with a permit. I can
yeah,
open carry with no permit,
me
but
too.
it's up to whatever they want to do if they catch me with a lockpick
That's
set.
ridiculous, bro. That's like saying that you're. That's like saying you're an attempted murderer because you got a baseball bat in the car.
Oh, dude, these cops out here. I've been pulled over once, and the first thing they ask me is, "Do I have any bombs or anything like that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, they can make up intent any way they want. You know how that goes.
Well, you pulled me over for riding the line too close, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a bullshit ass fucking reason for PC. You need more probable cause than he was driving a car in a way that was questionable for a half a second. Come on, man.
Yeah, Nico, I'm in my 30s. I'm 32.
I'll be 39 in November for anybody curious. But we definitely are lovers of all age people here at Lock Sport. I got buddies who are in their teens, early 20s, and then I got friends on here who are up into their 60s and 70s. So Lock Sport doesn't care about your age. We all love you. It smells pretty good. Which one did you get this time? That. Which one did you get this time? That smells pretty good. What, the beef? Yeah, that look pretty good.
Right back.
Yeah, tyranny with police is a terrible thing, Nico. America's getting a little uglier. We're gonna hope it clears up from that kind of stuff. We can't really talk politics on here, but just know that as an American, I am overall dissatisfied with about the last 15 years of my life. So I can't blame either side. I'm just blaming both sides. They all suck, and I want better. Oh no, what happened to my boy? I think he hit a button. He's still here though. Let me see what I got going on the main show here. All right, just checking all my messages here, guys. Cool. I guess Boo Man had to take a moment, guys. He'll be back with us.
I'm here. I'm just being a fat ass.
What do you think, bro? Gotta eat. Ain't no problem with that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna move around to picking something else real quick.
Oh,
Trying to
dude,
put.
the 90s and early 2000s was the best.
Yeah, growing up back then was the bomb, Nico. I agree with that. They don't have it like we had it. Something
The
wrong with it.
music, the people.
Everything was less ruined by back then. We didn't realize how good we had it till we lost a bunch of it.
That was back when you used to get in a fight with a guy and now you're best friends.
Yeah, not get shot at because he was mad. I've actually done that a couple of times before. I've been in a fist fight with somebody and then smoked a blunt with them afterward. And we're still like brothers today.
That's how you got respect built.
Exactly, man. That's how it used to be. Now they're all scared to get an ass whooping, which is a shame because they might actually work out whatever it was if they did it the right way. Let's see if I can.
Well, I think it's because if you don't grow up getting your ass whipped, that's the last thing you want to do is get touched.
Yeah, that's true. That's unfortunate though. Let's see if I can get this. I got one of these dials. I think I showed you guys before me picking it with the combination, figuring it out. I don't even remember what it is. I never
I want
do. But
I want to figure out that
I like to pick on the back of it.
I've seen videos of LPL doing that trick where you pull on the shackle to try to find the combination.
I
I,
got one myself.
I can't get the hang of that.
It's pretty hard to get the hang of, man. Um, You just gotta get really like just like the tension of an interlock. You just gotta get the pull of the shackle at the right tension. It's not super simple. I would also recommend maybe try tying a string or something to the shackle. And instead of pulling on the shackle with your hand, try pulling on it with something or hanging it off with something, letting gravity do some of the work. I'm gonna try to pick the back of this one. This is one of the ones that has the little school key on the back so they can get in everybody's locker. I like to try and pick it because it's a really small lock, but it's only like maybe 2 or 3 pin. So it's fun to pick on. And I've done it before. I got pictures of it, so I know it'll work. I know I can open it like this, but it might take me a second. Almost had it. I think I jiggled it open last time. It can be SPP'd or raped as long as you can get something in there to lift them out of the way. There's no
Are you
security.
are you still tensioning that?
Yeah, I'm tensioning it with a little Reaper tensioner actually at the bottom. It's hard to see. There we go. I've
Okay.
got I got a Reaper just stuck in it. I think the first time I picked it, I was using the one from the FNG set. It's a little bit longer, but it's basically the same size. This is a 40, so it's just a standard medium size little tensioner. But I'm just using a classic Sparrow's flat hook to try and get it picked. I know it'll pick, but it might, like I said, it might take me a minute. I haven't practiced this one much.
I gotta grab my phone charger. Damn it.
You good, bro? I got a backup pack for that kind of thing. It definitely happens. Camera and video both take a lot out of one. Oops. Let's see. Nico says he'd like to smoke ganja too. I hear that. I don't know if you saw my bracelet there, Nico, but here at Mountain Mick, we highly support the Mean Green in all ways. It definitely helps me concentrate as well as giving me a good appetite, better sleep, less anxiety, less insomnia, less irritability. Uh, it's been a family tradition for many years for me, so I just view it as a normal part of life. And living in Florida was really nice because down there, everything, as long as you got a card, they pretty much leave you alone. It's a really nice state to live in if you're a smoker. North Carolina, unfortunately, is not that way yet. You would have to go all the way to Cherokee to get a real dispensary here where I'm at. That's about 3 or 4 hours away, I think. So I don't make that trip. Obviously, there's other ways to get it, but none of them are technically legal. So I will leave that one for you to decide at your own discretion. But yeah, I highly recommend, especially because of all the stuff people mix these days into stuff that doesn't belong there, that you either know them really well or you get it from a dispensary. And maybe even go to the vapes instead of the flower if you're worried about contamination because I know I have had a few times where I got something that was not supposed to be part of the deal. They gave me a bonus I didn't want, so you're
Oh, I've
better
been there.
off. Yeah, exactly. You're safer to smoke something from the herb shop or at least the cart. The
Dude, I've
cart.
gotten something from a guy I worked with when I did used to smoke, and I went to dinner with my wife, and I felt bad the next day because I couldn't even leave the restroom. She had to drive me home. I didn't even get to have dinner with her.
Yeah, it makes you paranoid when they put the wrong kind of shit in it, man.
Oh, it made me sick.
Oh, that's even worse, bro. Man, this thing doesn't want to open. Let me see if I can get one of the plant rakes in there and just jostle it around. Bring out the old Reaper case here. I got my Clint rake in there. I think maybe I can at least jiggle this thing open. Some of these short shackle or short core ones can be really hard to get open, like the ones on the discs. I got a box.
Oh, I
I
got a
got
disc one that kicks my ass.
a whole box of discs that Walt Cade sent me, and I think out of the whole box, I've opened about two of them successfully. The rest of them are mean little monsters. They're always one way or the other. They're either really easy or really hard. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can at least jiggle this thing open for you guys tonight. I haven't been able to get it on camera, and I really been wanting to pick this one on camera. I picked it and took pictures of it, but that's just not the same to me. I like getting a full video. Even the Master Lock 77, I got it recently, and I made a video of the lock popping, but I wish I'd have had the whole thing on camera. What's up, Robert?
Yeah, I
What
didn't find my disc, but I actually found a lotto lock I used to have in construction.
Nice. Those are a good pick, man. It's probably a 410 or something. All the lotto locks are hard, man. Those plastic bodies give me fits. I don't know why, but I just can't pick them the same way as a hard body. I'm getting used to it, but the cores are just so much floppier in there, bro. Like them sliding around inside that plastic body really messes with me. Yeah, exactly, Mustang. It doesn't really count unless you got a video. It counts to you, but it doesn't count to everybody. I mean, it's very good for LPU. For LPU and beginners, it's very good just to be able to show, a turned core. That's definitely evidence of a pick. But, as you go, people are going to want to see the work. Show your work was a big thing in school, and the video of you picking it, that's kind of how that works. It's always
I don't know.
better.
I don't know if this is a 410 or not.
Let's see it. I'm sure one of these lock experts can tell you. I usually ask Scooby to look at all mine. He can identify about
It's a
everything I've ever
master lock. It just says safety lockout, and I got some serial numbers on it.
seen. That sounds like a 410.
And I got my bidding here.
Let me see the key. Yeah, that looks like a 410 with a triangular shape at the top. What's the key say on it?
Uh, Safety series. It's a 401.
Yeah, that should be a 410, I think. That sounds like a classic 410 lotto to me.
That's a dead shackle.
Let me see. I'll show you. I'll show you the key to mine. I think I've got this. Does it look like this?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Yeah, that's a 410 lotto. Walt Cade sent me this one. It's a 6 pin serrated.
Let's see if I can play with this one.
They are mean. I'll tell
Now
you
watch
that.
it be some bullshit and I open this but can't open anything
Yeah,
else.
it happens, bro. I haven't opened that black one I just showed you, but I've only tried picking around on it 2 days. I've been so busy. Yeah, Delbert says it's the same as his too. Yeah, Mustang, it's definitely a 410. Damn, I thought I had this thing. I just slipped my tensioner a little.
I got
French.
that disc lock somewhere. I gotta find it.
No, Mustang. The French directions will make it harder, always. I saw a guy complaining about it yesterday for that reason. Or was that you? Did you get that thing open? You got that thing open fast at work the other day. I think you did have the French on it. I think you only told me you had that thing in the machine with you for about 2 or 3 days. Or, I mean, 2 or 3 minutes. I know I saw somebody open one of those on Reddit the other day. Man, let me see if I can try a different one in here, guys. This Clint rake is not wanting to do it. We'll give it a taste of the old McTickler. How about that? Or maybe I'll just use the #1 Reaper because it's so skinny and small. Making a little progress up in there. Come on, baby. You know you want to open. You know you want to show all these fine people what it looks like when you pop your shackle open. Sometimes you gotta sweet talk them a little bit. I find.
Yeah, you gotta stop picking like a virgin.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get up in there. Gotta get up in there.
It's getting late night, man.
Exactly. You gotta get up in there. You gotta hit that shackle spot. I hope they win tonight. I want to see the Chiefs lose. I want to see Taylor Swift crying and everything. I want to see
Chiefs
a
got
Chiefs.
their ass whipped last week.
I hope they do again this week. I don't care nothing about all that America's team BS. I want to see them lose, lose, lose. I want to see Herbert putting the shit on them tonight. But
I
yeah,
kind of gave up watching NFL. I'm more of a college guy.
bro, I watch more college these days too. Honestly, I watch more motorcycle racing and MMA than anything. Football, I kind of lost track of the last few years when I was homeless. I lost track of all the games and who was who. Yeah, exactly, Delbert. You gotta start at them back pins. You gotta tickle them back pins first. Then you want
Nice and deep, like.
to. You gotta always make sure that you check that first pin though and tickle it a little bit.
I love that movie. If that's what you're referencing,
Yeah, that's probably what he's talking about. Nice and deep leg. Yeah, this little combo lock does not like to be picked, guys.
you gotta wine and dine it, man.
Man, this thing's been living here long enough to pay rent. I got this one from Greg Potter, so it's been here since day one, A1. Actually, didn't even try messing with it for about the first probably 3 weeks I owned it.
That's why I quit buying locks because I got these. Well, since I discovered this master lock or this lotto lock, this Avis and this 1100, I've been kind of like I need to accomplish those before I just keep adding.
Yeah, I keep accepting locks, but I'm still picking my way through some of the same ones.
I mean,
Sometimes,
I'll accept them, but it's like
sometimes when I get frustrated, I go try one of those new ones. But right now, honestly, I've only been picking that pack lock in my spare time, guys. Everything I pick on here is me having fun. When the
it's
camera
hard.
goes when the camera goes off, I get serious and I try to open that motherfucker, but I fail very
It's
hard.
it's hard for me to stay focused on one particular lock.
I know what you mean. I like to not overdo it with one lock at any given time. Because then even if you pick it, you go back and find out you can't pick anything else. It messes your whole juju up working on some of these hard ones. That's when it's time to go do a quick white and yellow belt run and get you some pops on, man.
Delbert, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Crazy boy.
I
I
like the
got
parody when he's like, "You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball." Same goes for a 9 millimeter.
yeah. I'm gonna try one of these dog legs on this thing before I give up on it. Yeah, I don't think it wants to open tonight, but we're gonna give the dog leg its day in the sun.
Yeah, markets territory.
Yep, exactly. This dog will hunt, so it's worth a shot. See if I can get up in here. It's a sneaky one. That's why I like the low reach on this dog, man. It'll go back in there without touching everything else. Really, I like picking from the back of a lot of locks, so that sneaky little low reach on it's really great for my style. Big fan of the dog leg, bro. And Greyhound's a pretty solid guy too. For anybody who doesn't know the guy who makes these picks, you're missing out. He's got a live tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, he's supposed to be on tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Greyhound usually does super early morning stuff. He's a
I think
morning
I
kind
think
of
his is
guy.
like 10 a.m. Eastern time because I think he's Pacific Central Time or something like that.
He's out west, but it's 10 here for us.
I guess it's like 8 a.m. for him.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I believe he did say 8 last time he was telling me. I'll definitely be checking that one out.
Hopefully, I'm awake.
I'm not always awake, but sometimes I wake up and he's already been going for an hour or two, and I get lucky and still get in there. Come on, little master lock.
I'm jealous, Delbert. I gotta wait till Monday.
Oh, you just got yours in, Delbert. Which ones did you get this time, Delbert? I thought you already had at least one or two sets anyway. What do you have? What's what all you got, Delbert? Because I know you're a big fan of all the Greyhound picks. So what do you have right now? I got to get me some trunks and some heavies, and then try out that chaos rake and one of them new deeps. So I'm a little far ways from having the whole dog pound kennel of them yet, but Delbert sent me the traditional original dog legs, and I've been loving them.
All right, you making your way off the porch?
Yep, I'm making my way up the porch. I'm not quite out there with the big dogs yet, but
I'm still in the house.
yeah, but you're looking out the window. when the mailman gets there, you'll find the dog. When the mailman comes, you'll feel like a dog. You'll be out there grabbing him by the leg. Where my picks at? It's for me. Don't leave. Don't leave. Do not turn around and head back without dropping off my picks. You see him getting that little paper out to hang on your door. You're like, whoa, champ.
Look at his doggy door's locked.
Exactly. Whoa, champ. I'm gonna need you to set those on the porch and step away. What are you doing, buddy? You find something to lick? Speaking of dogs, my dad's little dog's over here hanging out. Zero.
Mine's over there snoring like a who knows what.
I find a lot of animals like to jump on the live stream. Cats especially, man. Cats will be all in the live stream. I think
Mine jumps on a live stream. I'm to buy a new desk.
I think all cats are lock pickers at heart because they are really interested, man. I got pictures of it building up proof. They be
I
playing the
got
video game ones too, man. I got a friend playing Skynet or Skyrim. I'm sorry. His cat standing beside the screen touching the lockpick.
yeah, I got three of them around here somewhere.
Yeah, I think they hear the clicks and all the scratching, and they're like, "What's that? What's going on?"
And then I got a horse for a dog.
Yeah, I used to have all big dogs, but we've gone to little dogs in the recent times. My best dog was a little dachshund poodle mix. I wish I still had her. She passed though. It's all good though.
Yeah, it happens.
You have a good dog and then lose them, and not have a good dog ever. So it is what it is. She was full of love, and she lasted a lot longer than we thought. She had parvo when she was a puppy, so all 11 years were a blessing.
Right on.
Yeah. I am not getting this thing open tonight, guys. I'm gonna have to move on here in a second.
Yeah, I'm about to set this lotto down.
Thing
I
does
just
not.
finally started to get some feedback. It's probably been sitting in the drawer. I've had this locked for probably almost 10 years.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do anything with this thing. Going too hard. What a hateful lock. These masters really be pain in the ass sometimes, man. Whoa.
All right, that's enough of that. This is actually the first lock I've ever picked, and it's a lock that I use for my yellow belt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pins feel jacked up now though.
I think my yellow belt was the Brinks brass I was messing around with a little while ago. There it
I'm go-
is. I think I had it there. Let's see. Man, I missed it.
What's up, GK man?
Key man, what's going on, brother? GK man's been a busy guy lately, but I can't tell you why. I just know he's working on some special stuff he was telling me about the other day. Just messing around, guys. Can't get this thing to catch the way it's supposed to. So I know why everybody has trouble with these, because I do too. Even when I reuse it, I've got about three of them now, and they all act a little different. See, the 38's got to be the first one there. Past the zero. Wait for it to drop. No, still doesn't want to go.
Ain't nothing like nap time.
I don't hear that. I don't nap very much, guys.
I don't, but when I get to it feels amazing. Unless I feel all groggy when I get up.
I can't get her tonight, guys. I'm gonna have to move on.
When in doubt, hit it with a hammer.
That's right. We're gonna move back to this thing here. See if I can SPP this stupid little bunker lock. At least it's newer. GK man, snoozing. Oh, I hear you, GK. GK's like me. He's an all-nighter guy anyway, so I'm not surprised that he finally got himself a good power nap in. He'll probably be up till the daylight comes again if he's like me.
Shit, I've had 2 hours in 2 days.
Yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 hours, and I finally crashed out and took about a 6 hour one today. That's the most I've had all week. So, but I was talking to several of my boys last night. I think they were still up and around about 4:30, 5:30 this morning. And then
I was
all of a
still
sudden,
I was still
I,
at work.
I was just getting tired and talking to a couple people, and then all my English buddies starting to wake up. I talked to Rune and a couple other people, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah, I think I got home around 9 and went to
Yeah,
bed at like 10 and
I
was up at 12.
I actually have a video where I figured it out, GK man. I've just got a horrible memory and I didn't write it down. But I have beat that one before. But if you want to do it for fun, sure, buddy. The serial number is 70500 V as in Victor 610. So here, so you can see it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it that good, but there we go. Maybe you can see that.
Does that
There's
give you like the stock combo or something?
possibly. GQ Man's a wizard with this stuff. So if you ever need some tech support, he's quite a very crafty gentleman. They
Geek
call
Squad of the Lock Sport world.
he's called the Key Man for a reason. So he's a very resourceful gentleman when it comes to all types of security. That's all I will say. And he's always watching, guys. That's why you see he has the blue wrench there. He's one of my mods. So he's always around making sure everybody's acting right. So don't act up, or I'll have to have GT Man put you in a dog kennel timeout.
Well, he hasn't put me in timeout yet, so I think they might be all right.
You got to do some serious offenses to break the rules on Mountain Mick. We really have all the fun and heckling we can, and language isn't an issue either. It's really just more about people who are wasting our time coming in here just running their mouth to run off or filling the chat with a bunch of stupid letters just so they can try and ruin our good time. I'm not having all that. Usually I enjoy dealing with the trolls, but it gets to be a little distracting and I don't want to waste all of my audience's time with them listening to me shoot shots back at idiots. So that's why I have instituted a little bit of a bouncer system.
That's real.
Yeah, when you start having a certain size audience, especially at dark late times of the night, you'll start getting more trolls in there. Dean does a lot of late streaming, so me and him both we see a lot of the late night troll community. There we go. Get on in there, dog leg.
Hike it up.
That is a Bunker Hill 3 for $5 pack of Harbor Freight locks. I bought these when I was over there getting my 3-in-1 and a couple of other things, including the Vice that I talk so much about.
I don't know what these are, but this came in one of the packages I got from Lady Locks, but I have yet to open one of these.
What's that? Let me see. Oh, wow. That looks, I don't know, bro. It looks like a love lock of some kind because it's got the initials and stuff, but
Yeah, I got two of these, but there's nothing else on it. I have yet to open one of these.
I've seen a lot of generic stuff like that that's brass and still good stuff. So really hard to tell what it is sometimes, but I do like it. Let's see. Yes, Mustang, exactly. GT Man is a great webmaster, and the things that you and him are working on, I'm really looking forward to releasing into the wild. Don't mind teasing them a little bit. Just be prepared, guys. My boy Mustang, my boy GT Man, and a handful of our other buddies putting together something great for you to see. And that's all I can say about it until the green light. But
Man,
when the time comes, I will unleash it upon the fans of Mountain Mick, and I will very much encourage you to check it out when that happens. Probably be telling you about it tomorrow during my Lock Mail Live, as long as everything goes to plan.
now watch, Soup. Watch me not be able to pick this Dollar Tree lock.
Play around with this stupid door handle that I bring out from time to time. I can pick it to locks really easy, but also it's important to pick to unlock. And it's no harder to do it one way or the other, but because of the fact it's a doorknob, I have to pick it in counterclockwise to unlock it. So that is a little harder for me. It gives me good practice doing tension in the other direction. So there's no security pins in this bad boy. It's just about getting it lined up while I tension it the right way, which in this case is the wrong way. So I'll see if I can get an open on it, because right now it's all locked up, as you can see. And if I pick it in the regular counterclockwise, or if I pick it in the regular clockwise direction, it won't unlock it. It'll just turn the core. So what I got to do is pick it the other way. If I had a plug spinner, I could pick it the regular way and just flip it. But I don't have a plug spinner, guys. Also, I think you can use a key blank to do that, but I don't have a key blank for this. I got it in the good bundle. So let's see if I can get the dog leg to slide this little mama open, and we'll put her in the unlocked position. And if it does work, maybe I'll even pick it back to lock. But I can tell you now, it's a little harder to get it to unlock. Come on, baby. I feel you getting springy back there. Almost got you. Oh, of course, Mustang. I'll be absolutely sure that when I retrieve said package from the mail, I will be sending you a direct Discord message letting you know that we are going to have it for my live. So we'll be in touch before I actually unleash that upon the world. Because there's always the chance that the mailman will drop the ball. And if he does, well,
let's
we'll find.
jump them.
But we will try. I'm hoping that everything arrives on time. And like I said, I definitely get a hold of you, Mustang, and let you know that it made it safely and that we'll be showing it. And I won't open it until I'm on live and I'm showing you all. That way you can enjoy it because that is the least I can do for people who send me cool stuff.
That mailman better have a flat tire if he's late.
Oh, you're right. I'll be trying to hunt him for this one. I can tell you right now, this is a very, very valuable package. I got two packages coming in very valuable to me this week. One of them might not be till next week. And I've got also a very big item that I'm about to pick up from a friend. I've teased a laptop for the channel a few times recently. Well, I have one of my tech gurus that is local to me cleaning everything out of it, getting some new cool video software into it for me. And he's about done getting it all ready to rock and roll. So I upgraded the RAM quite a bit. And when he says that it's ready to rock, I'm going to go pick it up and we will have it for the channel very soon. So I did
Hell
invest,
yeah.
I did invest a little bit on an upgrade for everybody. So that kind of set me back with some of the other plans I had going on right now. But I'm getting ready to go to Florida too. So between those two things, I've had a little bit of tight cash, but I'm still making everything happen and playing with this playing with this restream has really got me excited about all the other things I can do running this thing from a real computer instead of just these two phones. So looking forward to that. Also looking forward to your show growing some more, brother. I'll be checking you out and hanging in your chat, believe me.
I gotta find the time. That's my thing.
Sometimes it's good to plan ahead, and other times it's good to just rip one and let it roll. As long as you're not stepping on anybody you care about's toes, it don't really matter. I try
I'm
not
just
to.
glad I got that Brinks commercial lock open because my first video I was unable to open that.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
I
well
opened
good.
a different lock, but that one I couldn't get that night.
That's what's up, bro.
Uh,
It's getting too tight in this thing. It's not wanting to go. I'm about to rake it if I can, just because. You know what? Let's see what the Georgia Gem Escort will do on a door handle. How about that?
got some tannerite.
Oh yeah, that'll work about anything open.
Yeah. Throw about a pound of it in the microwave and let it go.
Yeah, you might have a couple of neighbors angry about it, but it definitely work.
Just making sure everybody's alive and well. That's all.
Right. Just a little Simtex knock knock. It said EOD kit. I was just trying to test my skills. I have to have a live bomb for me to feel like it's a real challenge. Try explaining that one to the FBI. This is just a
Yeah.
it's just a
It
training.
wasn't a real threat, so I didn't feel like I was efficient.
Yeah, exactly. This is just a training exercise, guys. Calm down.
You'd be in a whole lot of trouble.
Yes, sir. They definitely wouldn't like that very much. I'm pretty sure a couple guys. I saw a couple guys in my local to the county area here get busted for WMDs the other day. I said, Jesus, somebody must have been building a bomb in their shed or something. That's
Then
not a.
all your search history comes out to light.
I'm gonna try this city rake, man. I was just telling some guys before the chat that I've got this city rake on here. I've never used it to actually open anything, but I got a feeling it might work on this silly little lock. So I'm gonna give it a shot. This is the city rake. Boom. So we'll see how it works out. I'm gonna scrub this mama a little bit, do a little rocking, a little scrubbing, and see if she will get me this open.
Get in the mood.
Come on, girl. You wanna slide this little doorknob open for me? It's not holding anything good behind it. Everybody says use the city rake. Use the city rake, man. Lotto and pack lock tomorrow. Well, Mustang, I can promise you I will do some of the picking on the pack lock with that thing. I promised you I would. I will use the lotto one first, and then I suppose if it fails, which I'm sure it will, I'll be happy to give it a little throw at the brown one. Here's the one you're asking about. We'll feature this guy, and unless something changes during my late night picking session tonight, it will still be unopened. We'll see. And then I've got this guy for backup. It's got some really nasty bitten on it. The 1 and the 7 are super lows, and then all the other ones in the middle, all 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all of those five are higher ones. So I think I'm gonna have a better time with the lotto, but I will pick around on both of them, Mustang. I promised you I would, and I'll make myself look like a complete useless picker. Just promise me that I'm allowed to use what we're talking about on something I can actually open, so nobody gets an idea that the picks are bad. Because that's the only problem I have with picking hard locks, guys. I don't mind picking hard locks or failing in front of you guys. I do it all the time. I'm technically doing it right now, even though it's an easy one. But the point I'm trying to get after is whenever I show off certain tools, especially on live, I don't like people to get the impression, oh, that tool sucks. When some people don't realize I literally just got them 5 minutes earlier, they don't understand that it's not the picks, it's the mick.
Yeah.
So I try to at least open a few things that are easy with them just to give the picks their proper glory. And then everybody can know for sure that they work. I'm just not as good as I would like to be.
Just because you can hold a torque wrench don't mean you know the specs.
That's right. That's right, sir. I very much agree with you there. I can turn it to any number you want, but it's just guesswork if I don't have the manual. Yes, I am tired of this Kawasaki green belt Mustang. Not because I don't love Cali Green, but it is definitely far past due time for me to get my 200K if I'm gonna do that. And I did all of my belting up before anybody knew who I was, so I haven't really got to properly celebrate a belt up with my fan base yet. So when I do hit that blue, we'll actually get to enjoy that together. I was a green belt before I made any videos, so I kind of raced ahead on that. And then when I got there, I realized, hey, I don't know as much as it seems like I know. I need to tighten it up before I continue. And I've spent the last month doing that. So once I can get one of those damn pack locks open, I've got flags and I've got a DD pick and I've got some really cool, maybe the best ones I've ever wanted, quality wise, picks coming tomorrow. I'll be showing those off and trying to give them the good name they deserve with my picking skills so that I look worthy to hold them at the very least. If I'm not yet, I will be. I'm not afraid of putting in the work, guys. That's the thing there. I'm gonna have to switch city right here. I don't think that's gonna get it done here. Let's see if I can do it with the offset hybrid. It's another one I don't use very often, but it can be very effective. And then I've got my half diamond on there too. That's one of the reasons I love this escort, guys. I don't have a proper half diamond or an offset hybrid or a deforest diamond is what some people like to call that, which is what it is. But anyway, I do have one of each on my escort. So while I would like having another one, I would really enjoy this one here. Tools can't open doors, it's the hands that hold them. Exactly, Mustang. It doesn't matter what tool you have to have a skill set to go with them. Now, I will say, if you want to be super lazy, a snap gun and an electric gun will kind of get you an open on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, there's no glory there. You're just spending a lot of money to let technology override your apparent lack of skill. So you'll get
Thing
bored
is,
with it. You get bored with that really quick if you aren't making money off of it. So if you're not a locksmith, I don't recommend those tools until you've been picking for a very long time. They will. I talked to about three of my buddies who are belted pickers that are better pickers than me. All three of them have the Sparrow's snap gun, and it's a very great tool. But they all say that it's collecting dust and they hardly ever use it because there's no fun for them in it past opening a few locks with it because it only takes a few seconds to sling a lock open with it, and it's either going to work or not work. So there's really no skill involved. Yeah, you're right about that, Mustang. Like I told you, you can build one out of something like that really easy. It doesn't matter what shape. If it's got a vibrator in it, you can strap a pick to it and make it work. So use your, use your imagination.
I just thought of some end of the world attachments.
Yeah, I've seen some people use a rabbit and a few other ones with a pick on it. So I can't remember who did that, but I did see a video with one of the little bullet ones, and another video with a full blown rabbit or something that had a rake attached to the end of it. They will if it's got one of those variable speeds on it too, boy, you're in business then. It does work. I have to do it, but it works.
It won't be no lock left undone.
Yeah. The lock will feel really good afterward, even if you don't get it open. My goodness. Yeah, I'm not. I'm about to pick this doorknob the other direction just to show you guys it works. Lord Jesus, I didn't think it was going to be this hard to get just pick open one time. I wonder if I got it jammed or something. Let me bully it a little. I think I'm going too easy on it.
Show it who's
Come on.
boss.
Come on, you. Don't make me have to come in there with something else. We'll do some overhand picking. Getting in my own way so you guys can't see, but it does work good sometimes. Come on.
That chastity belt?
I've heard of a couple black locksmiths getting a call on those. Actually, I've heard it's not as user friendly as you would hope, and some of the people you find stuck in them aren't necessarily people you want to see in them.
Yeah, I don't think I can pick a dude out of a chastity belt.
Yeah, that's what I was getting after there, Lebs. I don't think everybody you run into stuck in one of those things is going to be somebody you want to see in one. He said he was in and out of that job in about 6 minutes and had to go take a few showers.
I'd have walked away, honestly.
Yeah,
I left the angle grinder on the floor and be like, good luck.
it depends on what they were paying, brother. Mountain Mix a sucker for a big bet of cash. In a younger day, I might have even asked if I could join in, but I don't get to have them kind of days anymore. I'm a lockdown kind of guy, so
That's right.
I'm much happier if I'm gonna get into games like that. I've got somebody who's willing to have fun with me. And I'm about to pick this thing the other direction just to prove my point here, guys. Damn this little lock. I'm really irritated. Okay, now I'm mad. Damn it. Now it's not fun anymore. I'm grabbing a Jimmy Long and we're gonna make it work.
He won't like Mick when he's angry.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Inferno. It does know when you're frustrated. They can tell. Not on the list, GQ man. It's okay, buddy. Let's
Shit, my
see.
locks will never open if they knew if I was frustrated. Oh, I got this little bastard.
I'm not good at tensioning in the opposite direction is the thing. I can get this one into the lock position all the time, man.
This one I
It's
could barely hold in my hand.
when I try to pick it the other direction, it's a pain in the ass. I've picked it
Mm,
on camera to locked a few times just because I want to prove that it's not just me screwing it up. But it's it's really hard. I think I've opened it one or two times, but I was picking it in the hand then. I didn't even have a vice, so maybe that's where I'm screwing up. Who knows? I don't know if they told you before, Labs, but having a camera on your lock adds two belt levels.
a camera on my lock.
Yep. Anytime you turn on a camera and put it in front of your lock goes up two belt levels automatically. They know
Yeah.
they don't like to open on camera. They're shy like Sasquatch.
Yeah, because I've done picked all of these except for probably two, and I only got 9 of them open so far. There's probably
Yeah.
about 20 of them.
Yeah, GK Man was looking up that combination lock that I gave him the serial off of, guys, if you're curious. Like I said, I do have a pic video of me doing it, so I opened it on that video. I just got to go back and look at it. I can't remember the numbers. I told you guys I wouldn't remember them in the video. Well, as real life tends to happen, I was right. Self fulfilling prophecy. I don't remember it. I didn't write it down, and I didn't want to remember it, to be honest with you. That kind of takes away the fun. Once you memorize the combo, you got to get another one. This one. Now, there's other ways to do it though. If you are into that kind of thing, you can always pick it with it facing away from you, so you can't see the numbers.
That's what's up, Nico. That's some dedication right there.
Oh wow! You just went to Harbor Freight, got three locks, the vacuum vise, and a bucket for $51 for everything. No, that's not too bad. Well, that's a good setup to have a whole lot of lock fun with, Nico. I can tell you that.
That's dedication. My lazy ass would have waited till the morning.
Me too, brother. But absolutely, you got a lock sport fun pack going on there. I can tell you. You have to learn to look to not give a fuck. The more you stress about it, the worse it's going to get. Yeah, Inferno's right about that. That's the reason lock sport is so therapeutic and calming, guys, because you're actually developing the mental stamina to just shirk it off and not get frustrated. And when you are getting too frustrated, you need to take a break because you're not going to get it done.
That's my life motto.
That's how everything works. It's true. When you hurry and you worry, everything goes wrong, guys. Don't hurry and worry. Just trust the process and breathe. And even when you're focusing on not getting frustrated, you still might have some physical wear that your hand starts getting stressed and adding tension. So you got to be conscious of that too. Yeah, exactly, Nico. Being overzealous is what happens in the middle of a lock sometimes. You will click one of the pins and you'll feel that rotation finally start to go forward. And it puts you in a, oh, I've almost got it, yay kind of mode. And then you start rushing again. So don't let the lock lull you into that. You know, just keep picking it like you didn't notice if you feel something good happen. They get spooked really easy. Yes, Nico, you're right about that as well. Some dogs become very much family members
There's different levels of love.
for sure. Let's get you set. Get up in there. Why
Get it.
you? I am not getting it, guys. One of them things. It's also a good idea when you spend too much time on one without opening to move on, guys.
Or at least you
Because
know you don't need to put that one on your door.
sometimes, yeah, exactly. Sometimes especially when you're trying to entertain an audience. It's not good to get over dedicated. This is another reason I like to show realistic failing because anybody who tells you that there's some kind of lock magician
Sweet.
that gets every open that they try, they're full of shit, dude. I'll tell you right
Yeah,
now.
that's a lot of people with any type of content. They only want to post the stuff that people want to see.
Yep, that's the problem with the new generation right there, Labs. All they want to do is show you the good shit. But that's not realistic. It's not honest. We all know you struggle. We know you got bad days. And it's the same way with picking. There's no reason to say, oh, I couldn't get this lock picked. I'm not going to share it. You might actually be better off viewing it over yourself and seeing what you're doing wrong. I'm going to move off of this handle for right now, guys.
I'm happy
Again,
to share a pick or a fail. Shit, this the first day I got to pick since I put my video out last weekend.
exactly, man. I haven't
I'm
picked this. I
just
haven't picked.
enjoying it.
I haven't picked this door handle in like a month at all. There's a video of me picking it, and there's a couple of pictures of me having it picked both ways. But I don't practice it like that, and because it has low security, once I got it a few times, I honestly didn't spend much time messing with it afterward. I moved forward, so it just is what it is.
I think we get over cocky too sometimes when you get a lock. Because I got a lock that I've opened in like less than a second, and then some days I pick it up and I can't open it.
Yeah, they definitely will work their way back to being a nightmare sometimes if you think you got them beat forever. This door, just for quick talk about it, if you were actually against a door like this, chances are there would be a bypass method on the lever of the door itself that would be way easier than doing what I'm trying to do right now. So, it takes the picking fun out of the situation, but in a real life situation, I would reach for the painter 5-in-1 as long as there was any kind of room in the latch room area. And I would just slip that thing, guys. I wouldn't even waste my time picking what I just showed you.
Good old 5-in-1.
That's right. A 5-in-1 is the same as a hall pass card, but it's got a better handle on it. And for my friend Nico that went to Harbor Freight, you need to check out my video about Harbor Freight because I'll show that 5-in-1 that I bought from there on there. It's like $5, and it's a great latch slipper tool. So I'm gonna check that thing out. You'll probably like it. It works really good. Mr. Inferno says that there's no lock that can't be picked. Some take more time than others, but every lock can be opened the wrong way. But he's right about that. Mr. Inferno, for anyone who does not know, good friend of mine, which has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, he is an actual locksmith by trade. He has a van. He does this for a living. So if you're looking for knowledge that comes with the actual subject, his videos are great. He knows what he's talking about because, like I said, that's what he gets paid to do, guys. He is a professional. So Mr. Inferno is a great ally. He's a good friend. Really enjoy his content. Make sure you check out his channel sometime. You'll really like it. I'm a big fan of his work. He was actually just featured on Lady Locks, the last live she had, too, if you're interested in that. Big fan of her as well. So if you like Lady Locks, and if you don't know or do like Mr. Inferno, either way, check out her last live stream if you can find the recording of it, because he's on there, and we got to see a lot more of his picking
Here you
because of
go,
that.
Mick. I found a stray one.
What you got, buddy? Oh, you got you a spare picker kitty. Hey, little picker kitty. My friend, I've never let it go. One of my friends is a big fan of Skyrim, and he saw one of my lock picking posts, and he made a comment about the Tajik, which are apparently a race of cat people that pick locks and sell you lock picks on the video game. So ever since, I've been thinking about cats lock picking. Let's see. Let's play around with something else now. Let's do the old super easy one. Why not? I just jinxed myself, guys. Never say something's going to be easy. All right. If you say it's going to be easy, inevitably you will screw yourself somehow. This one is going to have to be in the vise just a little different so the back will still turn. But I think I can do it on here and not have too much trouble. As many of you already know, this is a super easy lock for most people to pick. So if Mick struggles, you can laugh along. It's okay. This is a cabinet style wafer lock. I do have a video up of several of my picks picking it. It's nothing super special, no security. It doesn't even have a pin tumbler. It's just some wafers that you gotta line up and then it'll pop open. So if you're trying to pick one of these, just get some tension. I might even have it upside down. I'm not sure it even matters with one of these. Just make sure you got room and get your tension going. And I've got a greyhound dog leg for this one. I haven't picked it with a dog yet, I don't think. But just a little bit of wriggling and jiggling in there is all it really usually takes to get it to loosen up and turn. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. I'm not even sure if it picks both ways, but we'll get it. Yeah, Mr. Inferno says this Kajit was just borrowing it, I swear. Yep, that's how it goes. You'll see a kitty smack one of your picks off of the table, and that's a good sign you've got a Kajit on your hands, guys.
Yeah, me and that Kajit would be boxing.
Yeah, you better come back with that, kitty. You're gonna want to eat sometime. I know where you sleep. Mm, I'm not even sure which way this thing turns or if it turns both ways, guys. Most people just take a rake or a jiggler to these things. I've been doing it the slow, boring way with a single pin, but they're usually not a nightmare to open. I just gave it the all-time jinx, which is saying it would be easy.
Hey,
Before
Smiling Magoo.
Smiling Magoo, hello, welcome. We're just playing around with some locks here. You're welcome to chill, kick it, say hello to everyone in the chat. Some cool pickers and other people in here, just having a little fun. Come on, you. I can't believe this thing's giving me this many issues. I told you guys I gave it the kiss of death. Never say it'll be easy, guys. This is the kind of one you're supposed to be picking with something easy too. I've seen people use clothespins and stuff on these locks, man. I think I have a better time doing it in my hand than I do in the vise. The vise seems to add a little bit of difficulty for me. Also, you don't need a tensioner if you're picking it in the vise like this. Since you can actually touch this, you can tension it like that. I usually don't do that because if you're actually picking a cabinet, that's not going to be an option. It'll be stuck on the other side. But you can actually use the turner on the back to tension it.
Oh, shite.
Oh, goodness. And I'm not having much luck with it. There we go. Ha ha.
My man.
Why we try not to give up, guys? Because this
That's
one,
right.
I might have said it was easy. I made it look hard, but
That's
anyway, victory will come your way when the time's right. And see if you spin it all the way the other way, it gets stuck. That's one of those cabinets you can probably turn top or bottom. They get stuck in both directions. The only real point when you lock it is when it's mounted in a cabinet. It holds its way behind so you can't pull it out. Nothing special. They do work good though. They're fun to play around with. And I got a couple of other things that I'm going to get around to later in the channel. Not today, guys, but I've got a couple of really cool warded ones like this. I can't pick them because I don't have a warded jiggler right now, but you'll see that there's different spots that need to line up with each other like that. And then you have to turn it once they're all lined up good. One in the back usually has an actuator on it. That's the only one you have to turn. But I don't have any Warted key jigglers. You'll see them from Sparrows and a couple other companies. Covert has a cool set. Nothing super special, hard to pick, but they are all over the place. So that's definitely something you can use. Yeah, that is cheating, Mustang. I told you, man. Using the back of the tube is what he's talking about, guys. If you can pick it that way, it is cheating technically because, like I said, if it's in the cabinet, you're never going to be able to do that. You're going to have to use a real tensioner. So, and that tool you asked me about earlier at the beginning of the stream, Labs, I think you can use one of those for your tension on one of those wafers I was just showing too. It's technically made for it's technically made for an actual tubular lock, but it
About this
might
one?
be. Yeah, it might be small enough to catch inside that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll catch on one of these or not. They also make like a wishbone. Some people have like a little wishbone one, or Sparrows has one that's a dial, and the dial just clamps on the outside of each, and it's really thin on each side since it grabs both. And then you got to pick in between it though. So it's just about what you're trying to attack. Ooh. And then I like to also play around with picking itty bitty guys like this. This is a little 30 millimeter guard security brand. Just some brass made in China, Chinesium stuff, but it's good practice.
Yeah, I just opened this
I'm
small Brinks. It's hard to hold on to while I was picking it.
GQ man is correct. The picks for Warted are not technically called jigglers. They're just called Warted picks. They look like a little key almost. They have little prongs that hang out on the sides. The actual key to a warded lock looks like that. I do have a key to a warded lock. Give me a second. Um, but yeah, you won't have to jiggle it. Because what you do is just stick it in and keep turning. And yeah, like Brett says, you can also try to catch the actuator in there with a pick and pop it. What's up, Snake? Nice to see Snake make it to the chat. I'm trying to find the warded. I got a really cool older master lock with a warded key. I'll show you guys really quick. The warded picks are kind of made. Yeah, they're kind of like a skeleton set in a way. You just try out or a tryout key set. You stick a few different ones of them in there and turn around and see which one grabs the actuator. The reason I was thinking of jigglers is because they are commonly sold with jigglers. A jiggler is more of a tryout key or a bump key looking key, but you don't have to use tensioner or anything with it. You go with like a jiggle rake action, hence the name, and you just try to turn at the same time. So it's like using a loose key in there, jiggling around. Most of the time when you're working on like old car double-sided locks, double-sided locks are where you'll use those jigglers, and they're pretty effective. My boy Broke, he uses the Sparrows jiggler to get into his truck when he gets locked out sometimes, he's told me. So they do work in the right hands. I'm going to go grab this warded lock that I got and see if the key is with it so I can show you guys what me and G Key are talking about. Go ahead, Labs.
Let's see, we got it. What's up, Brett? What's up, Snake? How y'all holding up tonight? Mick wants a jiggler. Sure, he'll find it. Let's see here. I'm trying to open this tiny ass Brinks lock. Pain trying to hold this little lock and a tensioner at the same time.
All right, guys, I did find the one I was looking for. It's got one of these slide shackles in it that's double ended.
What's up,
And
Mustang?
this is just an older Milwaukee made master lock. I got it from Greg. And yeah, You just turn the key in there, and it usually would open it up. I hope I didn't just break it. It's a little old. Uh-oh. I might have got it stuck, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going. I just didn't realize I didn't hear it pop. But yeah, you can take the actual full shackle out of one like that. But anyway, if you can see the keyway, it's got the weird bear trap looking overlays. I don't know if the light's in there enough, but it looks like a bear trap, and each layer does too. It's got teeth. This is the key.
Excuse me.
When you see a key like this, that's what it goes to. I think Labs might have one too. You were showing me one before we started, Lab. I think your key was kind of like this. That one Yale that you showed me. Yeah, that's the one.
This is for the
SGP.
I believe it's a slate maker.
Yeah, ask them about that. They can tell you better than I can.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got three slate makers here. It's bidding on one of them I have. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Kind of hard.
Mustang. Mine does need some love, Mustang. It's I got some Korean one I can put in there to loosen her up a little bit better, but I do need to brush her up a little bit. She's got some love and age on her. And I will show once I get some actual warded picks. I will try to get me a nice open on this thing one day for you guys. I gotta acquire a few more tools for that. I think I've also got another dimple lock coming from my buddy Mr. Happy, so maybe I'll get the black flag set out and play around with that whenever it comes in. That's one of my mail items I'm looking forward to. Let's use the sparrows on this one. Wonder Wheel. The Wonder Wheel.
Ha!
There she goes. These little ones can be fun. I don't think they're anything super special, but I just enjoy picking on smaller locks sometimes just to kind of get my smaller movement motor skills warmed up.
Hey, Mick.
Yeah.
So I've just discovered that this lock, I don't think I'll be able to tension it.
What? Let me see what it looked like.
So the keyway rotates a full
Yeah,
360.
that's what I was trying to tell you. This one's the same way, brother. It's a warded lock. You don't use a tensioner. You put just the warded pick in it, and you try turning each different level of the gates. They're actually little gates that have to line up, and one of them turns an actuator whenever they're all lined up right. But
Gotcha.
that's why you're going to have problems with that. That's something that a lot of people don't know about when they first start picking. That's one of the reasons I brought this one out, and I'm glad you had that one to talk about. Because yeah, your standard kit will not open it the same way. I've heard of
Because
people
even
use.
sticking, because even sticking a standard tensioner in, it rotates a full 360 degrees.
Yeah, they and everything in there does too. That's actually what you're doing with the key when you stick it in there is lining them all up. And then the ones that are at the back, there's actually like a shackle pawl that you're going to be catching in front of the key on the back, and it turns the actual lock open. The rest of them actually just block you from getting to it. So you would basically move all of them out of the way until you find the one with the spring tension on it, and then pop that one with a hook. I guess is how you would do it with an SPP. but I haven't tried that yet. I'm just theorizing. Watch my Mustang. Oh, you got an ultrasonic cleaner, did you? Well, that is a great addition to anybody who wants to use older locks. I can tell you now. My boy Scooby swears by his ultrasonic cleaner. And if you run across Sushi, Isamu Sushi will tell you about cleaning locks up too. He is a wizard when it comes to cleaning up a lock, guys. My buddy Lock Junkie showed me a few that he sent over to Sushi. Sushi sent them back looking like they were literally brand new, guys, like old brass ones and stuff. A lot of people try to save the patina look, but he can do it either way. He can either keep the patina look, or he can make it to where you will always have that classic look, or you can shine it up. Just for anybody curious about that silly tube cabinet lock I picked earlier, this is the key to that. It's a Chicago. A lot of people call them a Chicago lock, the tubular locks that they make. Not this particular brand. I'm talking about the one compression. But Chicago Lock made those, and the same Chicago Lock made these cabinet wafers. So you can see their name here, and yeah, it's
Mr.
the
Inferno says ultrasonic cleaners are the shit.
Yep, they really are. Inferno would know, brother. Like I told you, if you want an actual locksmith opinion, ask Mr. Inferno. He'll tell you what the pros are doing. Yeah, Snake, I would definitely ask Sushi about that stuff. He is a G. He might pop in here tonight. We never know. Sushi is very much a frequenter of my stuff, but he's had a lot of stuff going on lately with work and with family. So if he does show up, we'll be happy to have him. And if he does not, we will understand. Let me get these out here to play with. And let's see. What else was I going to show you guys? A Lockpicker 1969 has joined the chat. Excellent. I just talked to him earlier, guys. I'm doing my interview with him. Me and him finally picked a date today. So you can look forward to that. If you do not have an interview scheduled with Lockpicker 1969, I would really recommend that you get over to his Discord. GK man, if you want to link anything in there for me for Lockpicker 1969, feel free, sir. I'd just like to let everybody who wants to get up with him for interviews know that that is what he does and what I'm working on with him. So let
I
him
got
enjoy it.
my pre interview with him is this Sunday.
Awesome, Labs. I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to yours also. But yeah, anybody else who wants to line up with him, yes, that's correct, Lockpicker. We picked the 14th at 8 a.m. So we will go live with that on his Discord. So if you would like to hear Mountain Mick's interview, that's when it will be and where you can find it afterwards. There are also many, many great pickers, Lady Locks, Broke Picks. Many of the people you know who are already did one on there. So go check it out. He's got a lot of good content of interviews. And he actually has one where Broke Picks has him in the chair and interviews him. So really trying to support what he's got going on over there, guys. It's really good for the community and for us knowing more about each other. And just want to give him a big shout out before I move on. And then maybe try to let him enjoy his time here. But definitely chase him down and get yourself an interview scheduled. Brett sucks. I don't have a lawyer. I'm poor, sir.
We public defender status around here.
Right. If my pretender can't get me off, I'm just going, boy. My last pretender was great though. She got me out on a great deal. Maybe I'll address that sometime, but today will not be that day. But yeah, he's definitely got some deep cut questions, and I'll be answering pretty much everything candidly, guys. I already told him there's really no off limits for Mick, but he will understand if you have some off limits stuff. and he will work with you to make it what you would like it to be without totally exposing you with any gotcha journalism. Now, I don't care what he asks me, but we've already established our pre-interview, so I've got a pretty good idea what he wants, and I will be doing my homework to make sure that I give all my proper shout outs and accolades to all my buddies when we get to that part. Don't want to miss anybody, so I will have to sit down and pool all of my resources and time to get a really good answer for him on who led me to what and who I want to mention and all of that stuff. I'd hate to leave any of you guys out. GQ Man has put the YouTube up for anybody who's looking to find Lockpicker 1969 on YouTube. As I said, if you have Discord, you can search his name up. He has the same one. Also, if you're in the chat, you can click on his nameplate icon, his avatar there, and follow it to his site really quick. If you want to follow his YouTube, I would also say maybe check that out. But yeah, you will not have any unexpected questions from Lockpicker 1969. He's not going to spring anything on you. That's one of the reasons he does the pre-interview process, guys. So just get over there and get
Yeah.
up with him, and you'll really enjoy the process. It's not hard to do. He's easy to talk to. He's a great guy. I've really enjoyed getting to know him a little better in the pre-interview process, and I'm looking forward to sharing it all with you guys on the 14th.
And I can't wait to see how this pre-interview goes on Sunday.
Yeah, like I said, my boy Labs, he is also going to have an upcoming episode. He basically got in there right behind me last time, so very soon after mine, you will be looking forward to seeing him, getting to know him better, and I'll be checking that one out too.
Damn,
And for
keep
anybody,
stuck.
let me just also say really quick, for anybody who does not know my boy Labs down here, you need to follow his channel. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that we get a link to him. We need a link for Lab's channel in the chat, please. Um, I need to make sure that all the subs we can get to Lab's channel go over there. Check him out. He's going to have some really cool, more mature lockpicker content hanging out and BSing around. And I'm going to be enjoying hanging out with him there as well in the chat. So definitely want to go check out his channel, guys. He's up and coming, and I think he's going to spread like wildfire once we get him out there some more.
I appreciate it, Mick.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, just to touch on a little bit. I'm still a new guy, still a new lock picker. It's just a place for me to learn from, the more experienced guys, and also for the newer guys to learn together with me. I know it's when you learn something new, you always want to go to the next guy and show them what you've learned. So it's just one of those type things. But I also like shit talking and friendly banter and everything like that. So that is highly anticipated if that's what you're into. I like people when they troll, but also just be respectful. Make sure you got that rapport with each other. Make sure you're on the same page and just don't come randomly attacking people you don't know or anything like that. So it's
Yeah,
all in good fun.
exactly. We're going to have a good time. Oh, sorry, guys. I was just checking to see how the Chiefs game is going here. Oh, that's okay, Lockpicker 69. I'm glad you were able to drop by. Like I said, I will definitely continue to tell everybody they need to get up with you and do an interview, sir. I'm looking forward to talking to you some more myself and finishing our interview. And I very much appreciate you dropping in really quick so I could send you some love.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Lockpicker 1969.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, Brad, you gotta attack the people you know. You gotta cut them close, man.
That's right. I tell you guys
But
all the time on my channel, I'm Irish descent. Giving each other a hard time just means that we like each other. So
Oh, I'm
If
from
you,
Mexican descent.
well, I love my essays, brother. All of my brothers in West Palm and down south. I'm mucho hablar. So I very much entiende what you going for there.
Right on, but I think that's gonna be it for me tonight, there, Mick.
All right, man. That's no problem. I appreciate you coming through to hang out. I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm just going to open a few more quick things and then enjoy the game. I just wanted to reach out and say hello to everyone, let them know about tomorrow, and have a good time hanging out and picking with you. I've really had a good time having you on. Thanks for being respectful, but also being yourself. That's what I wanted from you, sir. So you really kicked ass. Thanks for knocking it out of the park. You're always welcome back, sir.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Everybody have a good night. I'll catch y'all later.
Say bye to Labs, everybody. Let's see. So I will just be popping a few more things, guys. I don't have much else lined up for you tonight. We're going to hang out just for a minute. Really enjoyed having Labs join me on the show. Having this restream has really opened up my ability to host some other people, have some guests here to pick with us. I won't always be doing that. There will be plenty more times where it's just a planned Mountain Mick. My lock mails will be planned stuff. That's why I'm telling you guys about tomorrow. The mailman's usually by here by 6 or 7, so by about 6 p.m., you can start expecting Mountain Mick to be on pretty soon. I'll give a YouTube message to everyone and let you guys know when I'm actually going to go live. I've got some really big announcements to make tomorrow. Some cool stuff that should be coming in to show off. And I think on that master close and with Labs out of here and with all this coming in for tomorrow, I'm going to flip the camera and I'll just get into saying my goodbyes to you guys. We are almost at a 3-hour run here. Last time I looked, I was only at maybe an hour with me in Labs. So I got to say that everything has gone really well. There we go. Let me talk to you guys before we get out of here. I gotta say, I think everything went really well. I enjoyed having my boy Labs here. Labs, thank you for joining Mountain Mick for a little bit of picking and chilling. Always be happy to have you back on the show, sir. Um, Everybody who came out, hanging out in the chat tonight, I appreciate you guys showing up. I know this was not one that I super planned ahead of time, but I did try to do a little drop in the tease beforehand to let you guys know it was coming. I always will try to do that when it's not just a super last minute impromptu one, but I am trying to get more to doing scheduled content with my lives. Um, that's okay, GQ man. Let's see here. I might be able to do it on my own backup phone. Let me see if I can get in here. We're looking for a link for 1969. Is that right? I'll add one really quick before we go, GQ. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Let me see here. My backup phone, I think I can throw one in the chat really quick. Let's see. I will try and link in his actual let's see, his page on Discord is what I'm going to link for everybody. So if you guys will give me just a minute, I'll do that, and I'll leave it up long enough to where anybody who wants to can try to get over there. Let's see. Lockpicker 1969 server. Looking for a share button. There's an invite. There we go. Invite, copy link. All right, guys, I almost got it. 2 seconds. Let me throw this up in the chat. No, Labs, we were hoping you'd come back to hang for a minute, bud. Um, there's Oh, there's Boomans too. Okay, thank you, GK. I wasn't sure which one you were talking about. I dropped the Discord link for anybody. That Discord link that I put in is the actual page for his Discord server. That's Lockpicker 1969. So like entry page, I guess. So if you're trying to link up with him, I suppose any of those avenues will do. Um, his name's the same on pretty much all the platforms I've talked to him on. So the Lockpicker 1969 is what you're going to be looking for. He's not hard to find, guys. And if you have trouble getting a hold of him for some reason, just maybe send Mountain Mick a DM. I'll be happy to send you an actual live link from message to message and get you linked up with him as well. Like anything else I put on my channel, I stand behind all of it as 100%. So if you're looking for labs, if you're looking for Lockpicker 1969, any of my boys that you see on the channel or any tools that you see on the channel, anything like that, if you cannot find them, just DM Mountain Mick, man. Just drop me an email, a comment in the video, hit me on Facebook, Discord, Reddit, whatever, man. Just get a message to me that you need my help. And as with anything, I will do my best for you. That's all I can really say there. I promise I'll always give you my best. So I don't really have. Hey Uday, I didn't see you were in here. Almost finished with my stream here, but I appreciate you stopping by as well. I know I've seen you a few times recently, so always try to say hello to everybody as they drop in. Try to get to know everybody in my channel as much as possible. I don't really want to make fans as much as I want to make friends, and my friends become family over time. So don't be weird about it. If Mountain Mick tells you he loves you or something like that, just know that I really do mean it in the way that I tell you, and I value all of you as closely as you will let me. So thanks to everybody coming out to support me. Appreciate everyone supporting Boo Man, aka Labs. You can find him on multiple platforms. As I said, if you weren't in the chat, you have a hard time finding him for some reason. I think it'll be pretty easy for you if you paid attention, but I know it's harder for some people for whatever reason. So I'm always willing to try and be patient and give you that little extra nudge in the right direction if I can. Let's see. Nico James. Absolutely. You will be my friend if you want to. That is not a problem. Just like I said, you have my Discord. Message me. I will talk to you. I don't know what kind of people do this and then don't talk to the people they say, hey, message me, I'll talk to you. But you can ask anybody. If you message Mountain Mick, you'll be getting a response, and it won't be taking that long. I'm not that famous, guys. I think famous is not even the right word in this case. Liked, maybe. But anyway, don't really have anything else for you guys today. Really enjoyed this. We're almost at the 3 hour mark. There's a little bit of football going on that I'm going to go watch with Papa Mick. Probably going to do a little recreational, medicinal purpose glaucoma treatment. And that's about it, guys. So, big love to everybody from Mountain Mick. Oh, I didn't even put on my silly hat today. Mountain Mick's usually got his bandanas and hats. This is going to be my silly hat for today, guys. I thought it would be a little warm to wear the entire time I was picking, and I didn't want to do anything slightly silly while I had a guest on. So, here's my silly hat for the day. All right. I love this one. I live in a cold, mountainous place, and it does, of course, have the little flaps on it. So. My mama got it for me. And it does match the shirt, the one that's in the logo. It's from the same set, guys. That's why they match. I didn't buy them separate. They came as a joined set. Anyway, that's all Mountain Mick got for you today. Uday, I smoke whatever cigarette I can get my hand on. I've been smoking since I was 12, sir, but For right now, they're LD menthols, and that's because they're cheap. I don't like to blow a lot of money on smokes. I do smoke too often. It's bad for your health, and I highly recommend not doing it. To anybody watching out there, don't start smoking. Listen to Uday. Uday and several of my other fans have constantly been a reminder to me that smoking is bad for you, and they are right. So I will leave you on that thought. Do what's good for your health. Maybe pick some locks instead of messing with things like that. It'll do a much better job for your life. I can tell you from personal experience. That's all I got for you guys. Mountain Mix out of here. And here goes the red button.